Of course.
We have to put this in.
How it turns back into a dog at the end is so perfect too. It's just
Imagine seeing that. Imagine seeing that through the window and you run in to try to help your kid and it's a dog again. You're like,
hey, look, it's a little dead meme.
Yo,
bro,
I got
bro,
monkeys, I
Chris,
got trees, I
Chris.
got black minorities.
Oh shit, bars. Chris, are you watching I know Sweeney is. Are you watching X-Men 97?
Stop. Calm down, Derek. This
Bro.
episode, man. Calm down, man.
So here's the thing. I'm not watching X-Men 97 because I never really even watched the original show, and so I feel like I have no real context or I saw episodes of it, but like I didn't watch sequential TV until way the fuck like even when Avatar: The Last Airbender was out, I was like, I don't know what the fuck's going on.
What about
because I would always see those episodes out of order.
Spider-Man. Did you watch Spider-Man when it came out? Like when it was like around?
I watched
We were
Spider-Man.
younger, Derek. We were younger. That's the thing.
I know.
We were
Okay. Fair.
I watched Spider-Man somewhat in order because I had VHS tapes of like this, like not the seasons, but there would be like a couple. Yeah, there would be like a couple. Like I had the Insidious 6 arc on like a VHS tape. I remember that, and so like I understood that. But even then, I didn't because
Sinister.
there was no way I was remembering when TV shows would be on. Ever. There was no chance like, a new episode of this at like 7 p.m. on Friday. Catch it. And it's like, if I remember, maybe. And there was no way to like Google it or look it up if you missed it. There was no way to stream it. So if I missed it, I missed it. And then I just lost all interest in it. So,
That's
no,
fair.
I
that
watched.
Is fair.
But I did watch
I just want to say this.
entirety of it eventually.
What did you watch?
But I have not.
Oh,
I have not
eventually,
watched
like when it was like
97.
streaming or something like that. Like, I remember vividly when everything was put up on Netflix, and that was all I did for like a couple of weeks.
Right, exactly.
I didn't do anything else but watch it like that.
And it's
I
weird.
remember when we moved out
weird.
here, they just put it on Netflix. Like when we moved out to California, that week they had just put it all on Netflix. They put that on Netflix. Spider-Man was on there. Spider-Man Unlimited was on there too, and I was like, this is lit.
It's weird because I know I've seen every episode of Spider-Man, like I know that, but I never saw them in any order, like in a specific like sequential line. So like I knew what happened, but it was all jumbled. But X-Men, I only watched like I've only seen like 4 episodes of X-Men in my entire life.
No, dude, you gotta watch it because why I say this. If X-Men 97 did not exist, I would say you don't need to watch the X-Men animated series. Because like if you're not invested in the X-Men like say like Sween or I Am or something, then whatever, you can skip it. X-Men 97 has no business being as good as it is. It's fucking weird. It's weird how good it is.
and one more thing, it all but confirms this episode. They're bringing all of the stuff back now.
Dude, it's
this
crazy.
Last episode all but confirmed Spider-Man's coming back. Very likely Fantastic Four's coming back. We're probably gonna get the Hulk cartoon again. Maybe Silver Surfer because this episode.
They ain't gonna do that.
Maybe
shit.
we might. We'll see. We'll see what happens. We might.
Dude, Silver Surfer was dog shit, and they're never. It
was dog shit. It was dog shit, but it was philosophical in a strange ass way.
If I saw,
I was like 6, and I was like, I don't get this,
bro. That's
I don't get what's happening.
Not one fucking student, maybe some hyper autistic kid was like, "This is fantastic," and then that's it. Because
the
even
Silver
me, as much.
I loved it.
It was terrible for a cartoon, like for kids.
I loved it because it was cool.
I watched it.
It had one good scene. It had one good scene. It had the scene where Galactus came to Earth, and then Ghost Rider gave him the penance stare, and Galactus was like, "I'm out," and he dipped and he flew away. And I was like, "What does that mean?" And my brain tried to conceptualize it. Then I was like, "Oh, I'm 4."
Am I remembering correctly? Was Lady Death? Did Lady Death actually make an appearance in that series? Am I thinking of something else?
Because that show often it did everything outside of Earth, pretty much.
Yeah.
So you saw Thanos quite a few times.
I do remember that. I remember Thanos and Lady Death, and this was around the time I was getting into like the Infinity Gauntlet and all this shit because I was curious about this fucking who the fuck is this guy? Marvel vs. Capcom 2 had Thanos in it, and I'm like, who the fuck are these people?
Marvel vs. Capcom 2 Thanos is such a terrible depiction of Thanos. He sucks so hard.
My friend taught me about that. My friend taught me about that because he was like, this is bullshit. Thanos destroyed everything by fucking, like, he was like, just with the snap of his he was going off. He was going off in a way that I've never.
It's a fighting that, like, it's like you play Dragon Ball and Krillin is beating Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, you know?
It's Chris, it's a bad depiction of him. Because in every other fighting game, at least the character somewhat acts like what they are.
He should at least been
All
a boss,
Thanos
I
does
guess.
is he makes bubbles around you. He makes
and like
bubbles
he has like these
around you
stone
in the
slabs
game.
that like slap you, they're like spank you or some shit.
And I'm like, what is this, dude?
The balance
they
need balance.
I do not remember. I'd never.
It's like if
picked
Spider-Man
Thanos
had a
ever.
web gun in Marvel vs. Capcom 2. He just shot webs out of gun at you. You're like, what is going on?
It's pretty.
There's
it's just,
webs.
He's so not like, you know how there's. He should have been one of those like OP characters like a Magneto is in that game. Like there are certain characters that are like, oh, they put some TLC into this character. Thanos
Definitely.
was really an afterthought. Like. And there were people that were like real nerds that I talked to that were like really upset. And since I didn't really know that, I was just learning about the Cosmic Wars. I didn't really get into a lot of that shit until I was closer to an adult. To where when I was younger, I was like, oh, this is interesting, but there's too much shit already. I don't have time for this. That's why I like watching Silver Surfer as a kid. Like, what the fuck is this bullshit?
Am I the only kid that sat there and was like, I get it.
No,
the quest to be a better person.
I think I flipped the channel over. I flipped the channel over to the Silver Surfer cartoon once, and I was like, "Ew, he's gray," and then switched it away. I was like, "I don't want to deal with that." I
thought it was really
but
cool.
the Marvel comics in general were just like, I didn't know what the Infinity Gauntlet was until like literally they showed it in the movie. Like literally, I was like, "Who the fuck? This is not."
Oh wow!
This has no cultural significance outside of this specific sphere. Until like that movie came out, and then like everybody knew. Everybody knew after that.
I feel like if people knew about it, but it wasn't like
they did not.
Oh,
it wasn't like a thing like everybody be like oh, like if you ask a nerd would know. There you go.
No, but the thing about it is like I'm a perfect example of somebody who was like I liked Spider-Man a lot, and I liked these characters a lot, and I didn't even know about it because I'm like at that precipice where it's like, yeah, I like
you
it,
like
but like
Spider-Man,
I don't care.
that's it. You don't really like, you just like Spider-Man. You don't like.
Well, I liked
you
more
don't even like
superheroes
his
when I was
world
young.
or his anything. You just like Spider-Man. That's it. You know.
No, that's not true. I liked more superheroes when I was younger, for sure. Like I was actually like I really liked the Superman animated series. I really liked the Batman animated series. I really liked that stuff, and then it just kind of got to the point where it's like, all right.
Then again, you like Spider-Man almost exclusively out of Marvel. That's like your favorite Marvel person.
As I've grown up, yeah.
Like, most people didn't fuck with like any cosmic shit though,
because you wouldn't know about it. Like that's why people are nerds. Like if a nerd would be like, "Oh shit, no," because like even when I was little, when I was playing Marvel vs. Capcom 2, I saw Thanos before, and I just knew he was big and purple, and he had like a fucking like he would look like Grimace to me mostly, and I was like, "All right, he's purple, he has a frilled chin, that's weird." But then I remember I would see my uncle's comics, and I'd be like. People are scared of this guy for some reason.
But what I'm saying,
people don't.
What I'm saying is like today the Infinity Gauntlet is arguably
way more popular.
Is arguably as well known as something like Kryptonite is. You know what I mean? Like I wouldn't know if it's like exactly the same, but like it's definitely like on that level where it's like
maybe
everybody knows what the
even
Infinity
more
Gauntlet
low
is.
key. I'd argue
You're
maybe
probably
even
right.
more now low key.
Yeah, you're probably right. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. It's like back then, no chance.
That is pretty wild.
No
like when you do think
shot.
about the shit that has been in the public sphere, like say green and blue niggas, like you had fucking Kree and Skrull, like shit that you would never. There was a statue of Beta Ray Bill in fucking in what was the third Thor movie.
Yeah,
like these little things that you would never even
and
dream
Ares
about
too,
happening.
man. It was
right.
Beta Ray Bill, Ares, and Bio Beast, and I was like, I know all those things. It was very cathartic growing, like seeing the MCU's like heyday.
Yeah,
because people that read shit like that, like it was times where like I'd go see something like on Marvel, I'd see like Winter Soldier, and I would call my uncle and I'd be like, Uncle Joe, did you see all this? And he'd be like, yeah, kid, I remember watching this comic came out, and just reminiscing, and it was like very cool seeing that stuff happen, and watching X-Men '97, I'm getting that cathartic feeling again, where I'm like. Man, I'm really happy that I like. This is something I really love done the right way too. Like, 'cause in the MCU, they did it fine, but it wasn't like spot on. In this, it's
They
like
did it.
spot
They
on
did the
everything,
MCU.
dude. It makes me so
they
happy.
did the MCU generally in a way that served live action pretty well. Because I would argue that's why Spider-Man stuck with me for a long time, is because that was the first time I saw like it in real life. That was like the first movie, and I was like, oh, this feels real to me now. Like, all the cartoon stuff feels hilarious in comparison to this. This is real, wild. But then, like, it got, I don't know. The MCU has a tone to it that's kind of like, I don't know. I don't even know what the fuck they're doing now, really. Like, are they building up to anything? Because Kang's gone, right? Because didn't Kang beat up some lady?
Oh, shit. That's right. That's right.
Yeah,
I wonder what they're going to do.
He beat up a white woman and he realized that even time travel can't save you. Time travel can't save a nigga that hits a white woman.
They'll figure
So
something out,
he's-
man. I just watched Wakanda Forever for the first time. And, like, they're going to do the same thing where just literally no real explanation. Later, just, undisclosed illness. He's dead. And I was like, I thought they were going to spend a little bit more time on why chat. Because, it was an allegory, obviously, for cancer, the way that they even talked about it briefly. But I was really curious. I wonder how they're going to explain this with Wakanda, with him having this power in him, and what kind of illness that could take him out. And they didn't even spend 2 seconds on it. They were just like, we're not even going to come up with any type of excuse of what illness is powerful enough to take down this super being.
That's the one thing they went over. They just completely glossed over that one thing, and I was
They
like,
didn't
that's the
even
one that
try.
people kind of wanted to know. But we
I was
all,
like,
but like at the same time, we all like, he just died.
Well, we know,
get it.
but
He
see,
died.
that's what I'm saying. They're gonna do the same thing for Kang. Like, they're just gonna be like, "Oh yeah, he's dead." That's
Well,
somebody's
Loki,
gonna say
they
nigga
explain-
dead.
I think they kind of
That's it.
explained it in Loki. They're like, Loki dealt with them.
That's so dumb. Why don't they just
Loki
recast him?
fucked his ass.
Just
They
recast
should.
him.
They
Loki dealt with-
absolutely should.
Well, pretty much in
absolutely
Loki,
should.
they should have recast him. I think that's fine. But like
Well,
at the same time, it's like, why
there
are they
still
choosing
time?
Kang the Conqueror? Like, why are they choosing why Kang? Like, why
Because they're out of
Kang?
ideas, dude. They
why?
they blew their fucking
They have
load.
they have the best person right in the wings as Doctor Doom. They have Doom, after Doom, Beyonder. That is
I don't
perfect
think,
way to do it.
I don't think
Or
Fox
Galactus.
I don't think Fox has given up the rights to them, have they?
No,
wait,
they
yeah,
do.
they-
We have them.
I
We have
thought
them.
they
Absolutely.
own them.
It is,
Fantastic
they
Four.
really have them.
Yeah, they
We
bought
have
them.
So they bought them. I thought it was a collab like Sony, but so they just have
Disney.
them now. Okay.
Well, no, yeah, who owns? Wait, who owns? Yeah, Sony owns the Spider-Man stuff. That's why the movies
Yeah.
are fucked.
Sony and
Disney
Marvel
owns
now
Fox.
share the right to Spider-Man.
Disney owns. Okay, so yeah, so there's no.
Fox
Okay,
owned X-Men and they
Interesting.
owned the Fantastic Four.
I didn't even think
now
about that.
Marvel has all of it.
I
They have all of it except for Spider-Man.
So
Spider-Man's Rogue Gallery. They don't have Spider-Man's Rogue Gallery. That's why we're seeing Madam Web and Morbius
that
and
fucking
Kraven
shit is
and
crazy,
shit.
dude. I can't
And it's
believe-
like, what is this? This is not Spider-Man. That's why in
is
Madam Web
crazy.
there was not Spider-Man running around using all of Spider-Man's abilities.
Yo,
except
Madam
his web
Web-
shooting. I was like, this is stupid as piss. This is
Oh,
why don't-
fuck.
Madam, who the fuck? Who? And it doesn't even. I don't even need to say it. It's just like absolutely nobody.
Why do we
wanted
have
to
a
see that.
Madam Web movie without, the character that is the reason why Madam Web matters at all? I don't know.
Whatever.
I just.
I
shouldn't be a
don't-
Madam Web
I
movie in the
don't
first
get
place.
it.
There shouldn't be a. There shouldn't be a fucking.
That's like having- that's like
Morbius-
having
There
a-
should not
that
be-
came out,
there should not be a Madam. That's like making a movie about Captain America's shield by itself. No one picks up the shield. Is this Captain America's shield rolling down the hill?
It's
I'll
more
write
like,
You're like,
to
wow,
me,
that'd be interesting if someone picked it up and used it.
to me, it's more like a movie about the fucking, like, the great Kazoo or whatever, the alien from fucking Flintstones.
From
Like, why
Flintstones?
why the fuck would you want to see
Juju
that?
Kazoo?
What a fucking.
Is that his
deep
name? I
cut,
feel like that's
dude.
racist.
What do you mean?
I said Juju Kazoo. I feel like that's not his name.
No, it's definitely
I-
not.
Yeah, I don't.
Is it
think
a
so.
great
What's
I
his
don't
Kazoo?
think-
catchphrase?
Dude, I haven't
Hold on,
seen
let me
that.
look it up.
The fact that you
Flintstones
even know what
alien.
that is kind of insane to me.
We
I
shouldn't
know.
know what it is at all, actually.
I know there's no reason why I should know anything about the Flintstones, but like my dad is 70, So
the Great Gazoo. The fact that we both know what that is clearly we were raised by old people.
That's crazy.
That is the reason why we know what it is.
Yeah, I watched the shit. It's so weird that I watched. That was one of those shows that I thought was actually pretty good, and then I knew it was over when. You say nobody's asking for things, and they'll make live action versions of this shit. And I'm
when
like, who the fuck, dude? It's over. It's over. Stop this madness. It's like imagine. Oh no, dude! They're gonna reboot. They're gonna reboot I Love Lucy. They're gonna reboot I Love
for sure.
Lucy.
Yeah. They're gonna do it with
No,
they're gonna
Lucy's
do
gonna
it
be
with
Lucy's gonna be a redheaded woman.
Megan
and she's
McCarthy?
gonna be.
Oh no, Melissa McCarthy.
She's gonna be a redheaded woman.
Melissa
It's gonna be
McCarthy.
Sofia Vergara, right? It's gonna be Sofia Vergara. She's gonna make her redhead, and they're gonna make her marry a black Hispanic man. Perfect.
They can't do that. No, it's gonna be who's Joel Miller again? What's his name? I can't remember his name right now.
Pedro Pascal.
It's gonna be Pedro Pascal. It's gonna be Ricky Ricardo. Yeah, that's
they
a
don't
given.
cast him as a Hispanic man or anything. They always cast him as a white man. It bothers me a lot. I don't know why.
True. Yeah, he won't get the role. That's
it
true.
really annoys me, and I don't like that. It annoys me so much.
That is one of those self-hating Hispanics.
Hold on. That's such a weird thing to annoy you, Kingston. That is so fucking
I don't know
bizarre.
why it annoys. I don't get why it annoys me so bad.
Because you're racist.
I want him to be Hispanic once. Hispanic one time and something. I think in Last of Us, this movie, the show, he is kind of Hispanic technically.
Kingston, here's the thing: is that they don't write stories about us. They don't write stories about light-skinned Hispanic people. They don't do it. They don't fucking do it. We don't matter to people. So it's like, it's either a Miles Morales or just a fucking Mexican. That's it. It's all we get.
It's either you get it either way. Like either you're in America, you're in Latin America, and if you're dark skinned Hispanic, you get shat on by Hispanic people. They make you seem like you're a monster. And if you're in America, they're like, Hispanic people come in diverse shapes and colors. Let's make them not white ones. And you're just like,
I just learned that
choose the paradigm.
I just learned that
I'm happy in America. They show my kind of Hispanic, so I'm fine.
Yeah, I am not represented in anything. Who?
You're represented in let me think.
Yeah, go ahead. Think. Go dig. Go dig.
Nah, you exist.
You get
representation as a white person, though. You get your white representation, though. At least
that's not real, though.
You're both, Chris. It's like I'm both. You gotta roll with the punches, but I'm sorry. You gotta get what you can get. You know.
I guess. I don't know. It's annoying. Anyway,
I mean,
I looked up the Great Gazoo. By the way, did you guys remember the live action Flintstones movie? They had a live action.
It's terrifying.
They had a live action
nightmare.
Dude, I didn't see them. Because
my friend, look it up. Look it up right now. Look up the Great Gazoo. His name is Gazoo, by the way. Gazoo. The Great Gazoo. It's one of the first images that pops up under Google Images. It is fucking disturbing.
What is this?
He's the Great Gazoo.
He looks terrifying, dude.
Of course he does.
A scroll. It's fucking really like a midget super scroll. What the fuck is this, dude?
That's crazy. You just said that. He looks like a tiny super scroll.
Yeah, his
alert, but baby size.
His catchphrase was "Hello, dum dum." Remember that?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember?
Every once in a while they'd sneak in a hard R though. He'd be like, "Hello, hard R," and I'm like, "Whoa, Bonnie, what does that mean?"
Why do you even know that? That's so far ahead in our future. Why do you know that?
See, he's so advanced. He's actually from the future, but he went through a wormhole. And
so he's a human, actually. He's a human from the future.
Yeah,
he went through a wormhole.
Yeah, and so he's coming to the past just to antagonize the cavemen and teach them.
There will be something called Negroids in the future.
He teaches them the word.
He's bestowing racism on this primitive culture.
He's like Prometheus giving fire to men. He's like here's a slur that is stronger than anything. And the caveman go
pretty much giving them Excalibur.
Anyway, listen, we got some stuff. Barney. I don't remember how any of these people sound, by the way. I don't remember any, like, all I remember is Barney because I remember he's like, hello, Fred, I'm retarded.
Yeah.
Hello, Fred.
Hey, I got a big nose
Fred.
to fuck your wife with. Ooh. And then
Ew.
Barney would just... Fred was just fat, shitting all over the place, and the animals had to clean. There was that like fucking elephant vacuum cleaner that was just cleaning up his shit all the time because he wouldn't shit in the prehistoric toilet.
There was that famous episode of
fuck you.
There's that famous episode of the Flintstones where he's like sitting upside down on his couch, kind of like he's watching TV and he's diarrheaing all over himself, and it's like kind of like water falling up his chest and like down to his mouth. And he's like, Wilma, get me medicine. Wilma, please, get me medicine.
And then, like, there's no medicine yet. We don't have that yet.
He's gargling.
That's so fucking gross. Ew, that's so gross.
What is it, Fred? I'm choking on my own diarrhea. Wilma!
It's like a fire hydrant, but shit coming out of his own ass.
No, it's, you know what it is?
drowning
You know what it is? It's that. You remember that video of the guy at the baseball game who's like
Oh, he's just fucking vomiting. Like,
That's scary.
It's that exact video, except Fred Flintstone is upside down on his couch, and it's the same premise. And he's begging Wilma for medicine.
I
He's
like that
Wilma!
his head is tucked to the side, and he's just shitting on himself.
every day, Wilma's just like,
God damn it.
Why do you keep sitting upside down?
Why don't you go use the toilet? And then I'll be hit with one of the best jokes of the show. And then he have to come in with the fucking elephant that cleans the shit. He's like, and you think you have a shitty job? And then it just vacuums up the shit.
That's right. I forgot that there was
pelican
always
dinosaur that was the toilet.
Yeah.
Like this poor animal. It's a lie.
So
I forgot that there was always like an animal. There was always an animal that was like self-aware of the fact that it was living under complete slavery to these Stone Age simpletons.
It's a living. While the elephant's getting its trunk fucked like a fucking pocket pussy. And he's just like, oh, you're way better than Wilma. And then, then it just looks at the camera and it's like, you gotta do what you gotta, it was pretty crazy that they would show something.
He turns to the camera.
You think you're in a tight spot. And you guys fucking,
just
Fred is thrusting the fuck out of it, dude. It's like, what's happening here?
Fucking puns.
The vacuum cleaner turns to the camera and he says, on September 11th, 2001, the towers will fall. And then he goes back to normal. It's really scary.
I hate it.
It's a scary show.
I love how they would look at the camera at you to be like,
help.
Fuck.
Kind of wish I had black people to do this instead of animals.
If only there were black people.
That's right, dum-dum. In the future.
The triangle slave trade.
In the future, there will be many people to do this work for you for free. I don't remember what he sounded like at all.
I think it's something like that.
I think you're in the right ballpark, I feel like.
Yeah, I'm definitely in the right stadium.
Rules.
That's so disgusting, dude. Oh my god, the idea of that is so gross, dude.
And then Wilma turns to the camera and she goes, "The things I do for love." and then the show ends. All right, listen.
I like the idea of her literally getting plastered.
Tune in next time for episode 2. Tune in next time for
plaster.
Season 1, episode 2 of the Flintstones.
That's the first
This is season
episode of the
1.
reboot.
This is the
That's
pilot
the first episode of the
It's the
reboot.
fucking pilot.
This is the new pilot, and everybody's like, "What the fuck?"
I like
You
the
think it's
idea.
gonna sell? And people love it. People love it.
I like the idea. I like the idea of like scrolling through the info on TV and it says the Flintstones season 1, episode 1, and the description says Fred Flintstone can't stop shitting in his own mouth. Barney gets a new job. You know what I mean? Like where it's like it would be like the A story, B story.
Yeah, and then the B story.
It always cuts. It's Barney bouncing between unemployment lines, and then it always cuts back to Fred Flintstone. He can't right himself up. He can't stand up again.
And that's the A story. That's the A story.
That is the primary. And then it wraps around where Barney finds out he's really good at slurping shit up, and then he becomes their new vacuum cleaner. And then that's like how it all wraps. That's how it all wraps up together in like a Seinfeldian ending.
Yeah,
that's season 1, episode 1 of the Flintstones, and then season 2, every episode afterwards is just the normal Flintstones. They never address it ever again.
They never act like it never happened.
That would bother me so much.
I would definitely think I was insane.
The idea of Barney on the floor shoveling shit into his mouth like fucking Peter Griffin does chocolate cake in that one episode.
It's like it's like that episode in it's like that episode of Fallout where Lucy's drinking the contaminated water.
Yeah.
It's like that. Just lapping it up,
savoring it.
Speaking of Fallout, I finished the series. Oh yeah. I just want to say, so I was much harder. I was much harder on it than I should have been. The later episodes were much better. Less of the shit that I was complaining about, and I was very satisfied with the way it ended. I was actually very like, all right, it wasn't like some maddening bullshit. Like everything kind of made sense with a hint of wackiness, which I don't mind. There were still moments that were like dumb, but like they're fine. It wasn't just like lazy as I was calling it before. So I'm if anybody freaked out about my fucking my shit, I'm on board. I can't wait for season 2.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it because it's like at the end, it's like, oh, spoiler. Sorry.
Yeah, don't spoil. No. We had a whole episode dedicated to that. Let's not try to spoil it here. I just think
the ending is really funny that it's like,
well, don't
like he just
how
I'm gonna say this when I say that he's there, he's listening to his wife, and he's like, that's my wife saying this? Imagine sleeping in bed with someone, loving them, like, I love this person.
Yeah, that I think in and of itself is enough of a spoiler, but like, I mean, if you haven't seen it already, you probably would have seen it already.
Like, I love this person. They make me so happy. Then you hear them say something like that.
Yeah. Okay, you're doubling down on this. Let's move forward. Let's move forward.
I just think it's an insane moment.
I'm so damn.
Yes. Okay. So we gotta. What is it? We got to talk about the TikTok ban. It's finally over. TikTok is been taken out to pasture, and it's going to be shot behind the barn. It's going to be a sad day. I'm okay with it. Get it out of here.
Right? I mean, would you be okay? To be fair, if you were majorly a TikTok creator. Like let's say you're exactly the same person you are. You're Chris, and not because because you would never be a majority. So let's just say you had a very large following that was pretty beneficial. Hypothetically, how would you feel? Do you think you would still be okay with it?
Yeah. I would be like, yes, we deserve this. We deserve to be taken.
I feel the same way. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. There's a part of me that I'm just like,
yeah. No. To be completely honest, though, I do feel it's astounding to me how quickly these people are able to act like on things that do not matter at all. This is what I was talking about, by the way, when I was talking. Like, we've had conversations about the efficiency of government and how like it's very, very specific. Where like if the government wants to do something, they will do it like very effectively. But when they don't give a shit about it, they'll be like, I don't know. Send it off to fucking this person over there. And then they'll shit on their own mouths. But when they want to do something like this, where it's like, we got to get rid of TikTok because it's scary and confusing, and I'm 97, and it's every time I scroll through it, it scares me with like loud ads, and I'm afraid, and I don't understand it. Then suddenly, in like minutes, they're able to just be like, yeah, okay, official TikTok ban, finally. Everybody signed off on it. You have 9 months to comply or else you're gone. And it's like, oh, cool. Okay, so you can work effectively. You just choose not to. Cool.
Yep.
Epic.
Yep. And what's really disgusting about this is, like, say, the reason why I'm not okay with this, if it was literally about, like, oh, Chinese spy shit or whatever the fuck, as they try to say.
Yeah, it's not. It's not.
If it what I would just be like, yeah, whatever, fuck TikTok, I don't care. but specifically the main motivator is, let's just be real, Israel's having a really hard time combating propaganda. It's not working in the way that they're trying, and one of the biggest drivers is TikTok, where young people are on it. They're sharing all this information. They're seeing real footage of children being blown to fucking pieces on TikTok, which arguably probably shouldn't be on there. I don't know, but
yeah, probably not.
It's fucking working, and they're like, oh shit, this is not. And I'm like, I've never seen anything like this before. We lived through, particularly me, all the propaganda that went in through Iraq and Afghanistan, and then there was the Arab Spring, which all of us definitely lived through. And we didn't have this live fucking footage of streaming and everybody having a fucking cell phone. And they're like, they don't know what to do. So like, we got to get rid of the biggest app that, obviously it's beneficial many ways, but specifically to combat this, their propaganda machine, which sucks. I can't believe how bad it is. I almost feel like being an evil ass motherfucker and being like, hey, hire me. I'll show you how to do propaganda, dude. Let me show you how to win the fucking crowd over again, because you guys are doing a terrible job.
Yeah, I will say for posterity, just for absolute clarity, we're joking. This is a comedy show, but actually, I don't think it's a good idea to get rid of TikTok. I think it's very dumb. I think it's very stupid. I just don't like it. I hate Twitter way more. Like Twitter to me is way worse in my opinion.
Twitter is the worst now. It became the worst for sure.
I can't believe how many robots. I can't believe how many robots are in my replies at any given fucking moment. It's insane.
Nudes in bio.
Nudes in pussy in bio. Fucking
pussy in bio.
I check every time. I just check every time, and I'm like, God damn it, bro!
I'm always clicking the link.
Again.
I'm always clicking the link. I'm always disappointed because it's just just decent. It's fine. It's okay. But it's
always
not like
Candy Crush, bro. I've downloaded so many Candy Crushes. God damn, bro. It's infuriating every time. Losing by, I'm like, well, might as well check. She's telling me they're there. I might as well go see.
I don't know if you can see this, but this is my mailbox since it became X. It's just Asian bots. It's just Asian bots. It's all of them. I'm like, bro, stop. It keeps happening. He's like, oh, we got rid of all the bots. And then, did you see Elon, what he said recently, too? He was like, if you're engagement farming, you're going to get suspended. And my head exploded because I'm like, all the people that he brought back on, all the people that he's rubbing shoulders with, that is literally all they do. And to have the audacity even, because it's like PR, right?
Yeah.
Why would you even just don't ignore it and let the engagement farming people do their thing? Why would you put that out and make yourself look worse when you're clearly not doing anything about engagement farming? I don't understand what's wrong with these fucking people. It's like they don't care about like having a propaganda minister that really does shit like really makes things seem nice. It's like, I don't get it, man. I feel like I'm living in some fake fucking bullshit world, dude. I don't know.
It feels insane. Like it is such a useless platform now. Like I don't even
sucks.
I don't know what to use it for even. Like it's just
Did
a
you see
DM
that guy?
machine for the. What were you gonna say? Like, what guy?
I want to get rid of it.
There's this guy that I'm not even gonna say his name, but he got suspended for he posted CP on Twitter. Because he was like acting like, oh, this is like the worst thing or whatever. And then he just posted it. He just shows it. He contributes it. People finding it on a large platform. So obviously he got suspended. Elon Musk brings him back. And then not only does he bring him back, he monetizes him and he gives him special privileges because he gloats. He makes a post about making $70,000 from posting. And that's not an average. That's not even close to being average what people make with the type of engagement farming they even do. No. So Elon Musk is propping this guy up that did this shit. He's such a propaganda machine, like terrible. He sucks. He's so dumb. But I guess, I don't know. That's what Elon's...
That is crazy.
That he's backing these horses now. That's what he's doing. He's backing these crazy horses. And then if you use the For You tab, it's like half racist shit. First, when I used to hear people say this all the time. And I'm like, that's not true for me. I'm like, you guys are probably looking at some weird shit. Nope. I have now joined the club where it'll even be half of it is about MMA for me, which is like, all right, algorithmically that's working. But then it's racist MMA posting. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? Why does it have to be racist? This site sucks now, bro. Way worse than TikTok.
Bad.
Way worse than TikTok.
It's completely falling apart as an ads website. It used to be funny. It used to be go on Twitter to get funny shit, get regular engagement, like just engage you somewhat. And now it's just turned into like this really just derogatory version of itself, where everything is just extremist to get you to engage.
Yeah.
Or it's like really stupid, like someone saying some shit that makes no sense, and I'm just like, I really don't want this app anymore. I really don't. But I'm forced to keep it.
What's gonna happen with? Twitter is just gonna, or X, whatever, it's gonna continue to decline, whatever. Without TikTok, what the fuck's gonna happen? Do you think like Instagram's gonna become like the new Bastion? Is it gonna explode?
Probably.
Because
well, they still have 9 months until the ban.
Wild West again, I'm excited.
They do have Wild, right?
They do have a Wild.
Do you think the company? Better question. Are they gonna sell? Are they gonna sell? What do you think the?
I don't know. I mean, it's kind of difficult to tell. It's like it depends on who. I could see honestly like Microsoft or something like that, like putting down because they always like throw insane amounts of money at, like they bought like not Bethesda, what the fuck was it? Activision for $69 billion or something like that, $67 billion. Way overpriced for the value that Activision actually has. So like I could imagine them spending a big chunk of change on getting TikTok. If anyone, but like, true. I don't know who else would be, because I don't know who else would really be able to afford it is the thing. It's like they could sell it, but I don't know who would even be in the ballpark to sell it, because TikTok is objectively very, very valuable. Like like I can't even imagine like what the price tag would be on that. If Activision is $69 billion, I can't even fathom what TikTok is.
Dude, imagine if Elon, instead of buying Twitter, if he bought TikTok. I'd be really happy, because if he absolutely ruined TikTok, I would have no problem with that. That would have been great. Yeah. And he would have paid probably $70 billion for it too, since he paid $44 billion for fucking Twitter, which is the craziest. How could you stand here? How could you tell me that this is a fucking smart man? Like a real smart man would never do anything near that. They would have bought Twitter for $5 billion.
They would have bought Twitter for $5 billion. Did you see Tucker Carlson on Joe Rogan talking about how evolution is real?
Jesus Christ!
Oh God, man!
I had a hard time.
I just love how stupid, like how unapologetically stupid people are now. It's like it's there's something really disheartening about how proud people are to be complete idiots.
That conversation was Tucker Carlson I feel like he's never said the right thing. I feel like every time he talks, it's some stupid shit.
I've seen him pander. I've seen him pander to the right side a couple times. Like I've seen him say things that are very populist and very like Bernie Sanders-esque. And it's just like, oh, okay, right. Yeah, that's you. And it's always like, oh, broken clock is right twice a day type thing. And then he goes on Joe Rogan. He's like, evolution's not real. It's actually been debunked. Actually, you've never seen evolution. It's like, oh my God, you don't know how medicine works or anything else. Anything works. That is crazy.
Like everything he was saying.
Evolution's been debunked. That is the wildest thing ever.
What upsets me
is so wild.
What upsets me so fucking much is, okay, maybe he is stupid enough. I don't know if he is stupid enough or if he's playing stupid enough to not know the difference between a hypothesis and a theory. I don't know, because I remember vividly.
A lot of people don't.
No, I'm not talking about a lot of people. I'm talking about Tucker Carlson. I don't know if he specifically is that stupid, or if he's playing because he's. It's possible. I'm on the fence, because why I'm on the fence is I have seen him, like you said, populist takes, and I've seen him when he was with Fox News, where like he would have the correct take about, say, oh, there was the fake shit that was going on with Assad, and they were saying that he was using chemical warfare against his people, where I'm like, that's obvious bullshit. The same thing we did with Saddam Hussein throwing the babies out of the incubator, all that fucking bullshit. So he was on the right side of that. his first take about COVID and the mask was correct at first, and then like I think a month or two later, then he was like, "Oh, you're wearing a mask, how funny." First, he was mocking people that were freaking out. So like I feel like when he reads and consumes these things, he understands it, but then obviously he'll blow with the wind. And when it comes to not knowing the difference between a hypothesis and a theory, I wonder if he's truly that stupid. I wouldn't put it past him. I'm not like trying to give him the benefit of the doubt, but I'm also trying to say, is he just the master grifter that is playing the stupid role to connect with the audience that consumes that watches?
I think that's possible. I just think the issue is that Tucker Carlson isn't one of these people who like. I would believe it a little bit more if he was like one of those like, you know how sometimes you hear about like a conservative commentator who's like super hyper educated, or like there's like I went to Harvard or whatever, and it's like he's not one of these people. He's just like a nepo baby. Like his family's just super rich and they just propelled him into anything. So I don't believe that he's ever really accumulated any modicum of intelligence on his own for any real reason, because there's never been a need to do that. So like I genuinely don't think he knows the difference between a hypothesis and a theory, and I don't even think he understands that a theory, like even what a theory is by itself, and that just because it's a theory doesn't mean it's like a complete like guess.
It's not just a hypothesis. It's not a fucking just I have a thought. I have an idea. No, it is like there is facts built into a fucking theory.
Theories have to be proven right over and over again for it to even get to the point where it is
even specifically, like gravity is a theory. Technically speaking,
well, that's the whole thing. It is. No,
gravity has been proven right so much it's almost a universal law.
There is nothing. Almost. There is nothing.
But it's a theory, like how it works.
It's a theory because we're not 100% sure. We can never be 100% sure unless some architect that actually created gravity comes down and be like, this is what it is.
Some 4D thing comes down. It's like, this is how everything works. Crazy. And it takes our universe apart and it shows us, you know?
Hey, what's up? Hey, what's up?
Puts you back together.
Hey, what's up?
It's some fucking guy
I'm
in a
Don. I made the world. Let's go look at
white
this.
T-shirt. This guy's like this guy's a wife beater.
He's got a bunch of stains on his shorts. He's literally like a gray with a wife beater on, chancletas, and a bunch of stains on his shorts. He's like, hey, what's going on, guys? You want to see how everything works? And he floods your brain with information and then leaves. And you just hear like grenade rigging for a few months.
Yeah.
How would you cope with that though?
You wouldn't. You'd probably go insane. You'd probably go insane.
Say that some sweaty fucking disheveled dude is actually the master of the universe, and then like, would you just be like, oh, I'm clearly in a coma? Would you be like, I'm clearly fucking like, I'm not alive like right now or something? This is not the way that we understand the universe to work. This makes zero sense in any way, shape, or form. Like, would you be able to accept that there's a real entity?
Let me paint the picture. Let me paint the best way.
So
you die, right?
Hold on, wait. So I
why are you not religious then?
I think I could purely because I have so little faith in the universe as it is. Like, because I really don't. Because I can't know anything for sure unless I've seen it with my own eyes, and even then, your eyes can play tricks on you, and even then, there's like a non-0% chance that you could go insane. Or like you could be insane. Like that's my question. Every time I see something I can't explain or don't understand, my first question immediately is, am I insane? Like, have I gone insane? Like, have I finally snapped?
Why don't you ask someone else if they've seen it first? Like, why is it like, oh, my sanity's questioned first?
Well, because
like, whenever I see something that doesn't make sense to me, I'm like, yo, did anyone else see that? And then when everybody's like, no, I'm like, all right, cool, Kingston, you have one of your moments. Let's track back. Let's take a step back. Let's review.
I remember when I was little, dude. Like I saw a UFO in my backyard. Like, and I like for sure it was like out of a fucking cartoon. It was like a drawing of a fucking UFO, and it was like over my fucking yard, really, really fucking close up. And I remember being like, huh, I think I've gone insane. That's the only explanation for this. Because there's no way that's real.
Schizophrenia?
No, because I asked my mom and she saw it too, and I was like, all right, well, I'm not even gonna unpack that. But
yeah, that's when
that's even worse. That's worse to me.
Whenever something happens, it's like weird, and then like it gets too much. Like I was at a summer camp for one summer, right? And it was in Irvington, New York. I remember this like it was yesterday. And me and my friend, we were about to go. We were like bunkmates, and we were about to go take our shower. And I swear I saw a drawer come out and fall, and no one did it. No, there was no string. And I was like, hey, do you see that? He said yes. And all of a sudden my brain was just like, well, I'm really tired. Let's just go to bed. And I literally just went to bed, didn't shower, anything, just went to bed and slept it off. And every time I think about that memory, my brain gets stressed out and I start overthinking and I'm like, nah, don't gotta go back there.
I've told you guys about my story that is similar to that. I've told you about that.
Yeah.
I don't need to reiterate it, but I still, I still
stressed because he's stressed.
It's still, so this year marks, that's crazy. It's been 20 years since this happened. It's been 20 years to this year. So, well, actually, it's been over 20 years now because it was at New Year's. It was at the New Year. So, yeah, 20 years later, I'm still not. There's some so extrapolating on that. If I saw some greasy fucking dude, maybe he's giant or whatever, and he comes down, he's like, "Hey, yo, I know you guys been having a lot of questions, you know what I mean? Like, I've been a little busy, but here's gravity. This is what the Big Bang it actually is, you know what I mean?
He's just jacking his dick the whole time he's talking to you. It's fucking torquing himself.
And you're like, shuffling in his crotch.
He touches your head, and you know how to live forever. You know how to cure every problem. You know what's gonna happen next. You know about all of the past. And he's like, all right, man, have a good one. Plops one on your forehead. Plops one on your head. You're like.
He's horsing around. He's horsing around with his dick.
I think he would
He's horsing
die,
around
though.
with his dick, but it's still flaccid, like the whole time.
Yeah,
he's really trying to wake it up. He's really trying.
Just seeing it flap around in his.
But he's he's like a few trillion years old, so it's like it takes a long time to tussle that thing awake. But like he's really trying to wake it up, man. He's
like
come on, dude, one more. Let me get one more, bro.
He looks like he's like 32 or something. That's the thing. It's just like,
bro, how old are you?
This is the guy. This is the architect. And then, so I guess a lot of people would say this is God, but then he's like, no, I'm not God, man. There's
several of me.
There's like, this is so, that would be, see, that's what, it's kind of like Men in Black, right? With the fucking marbles. Like, it would basically be like one of those moments.
I was thinking of like I was almost thinking like he was like an Apple genius. Like at the Apple store?
Yeah. He's just, yeah, I mean, I guess that makes a little more sense.
For me, it's like, at the end of the day, the universe is so fucking weird and ever changing at the same time, while also like sort of stagnant in a way that I can't understand. That instead of like questioning a higher power, I'm just trying to live, because I feel like no matter what I do, I can't find out what it is.
Well, yeah, I mean,
I can learn things about the universe.
Can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a question, Kingston?
I just don't have time. Like, whatever, dude.
Kingston, can I ask you a question? You've how long have you been with Lily? How long?
7 years now.
7 years. How would you feel if over the course of that 7 years, like every now and again, you know, maybe not super often, but maybe like, I don't know, maybe like 8 times a year, with no like specific pattern, you wake her up sometimes and she goes vroom vroom. And then you go, what? And then she goes, oh, sorry. And then recently, you open the door on her while she's in the shower, and it turns out that she's been a 2003 Silverado this whole time. Then you just shut the door really close. You shut the door really fast, and then she comes out the bathroom, and she's normal Lily again. And she's like, honey, I'm sorry. I've been trying to keep this secret for a really, really long time.
You know how crazy that would be if that's been true the whole time? You know how many people she's interacted with? You know how many times she's been around all of us and everyone is just not known? No one's been like, yo, King, you know your girlfriend's a car. She's been like on planes with me. She's been like in trains with like the shit that we've done together.
Yeah, and every time you go for a flight, you notice that the detector always goes off, but they always let her through because they can't find anything. And you start piecing things together. It's like, oh, that's why she says vroom vroom sometimes, and that's why like every
Lily,
metal
are you a car?
Goes off. and that's why she's
car, Lillian?
And that's why every time she goes to fill up the gas, she's there for a little bit too long. Like almost like she's getting like more. She's
double the
like
time.
She's taking a sip. Yeah, almost double the time.
Lily, are you a car? She's like, I'm not a car. Vroom vroom. And then her lights turn on through her eyes. She blinks them off real quick.
And then
Yeah.
the final thing that he pieces together is when she's road raging, when you guys are in traffic, and then she starts honking. She starts out of her mouth, and you're so mad though. You didn't notice it till then, and now it's just coming back.
Yeah,
to
you've never noticed
car.
it. You've never noticed that every single time she makes a turn, like one of her eyes flashes.
And then I'm like, Lily, you're a car. Lily, you're Lightning McQueen. You're Lightning McQueen, Lily.
I'm sorry you had to find out like these.
That would bother me.
Sorry,
That wouldn't bother me as much as I
Keystone.
think it would. I'm like, whatever. My girlfriend's a car.
Whatever.
But what if it's like a Shrek? What if it's a Shrek type situation where if you accept her, if you accept her as a car, then you also become
She
a car.
transforms into a car entirely.
Oh
Yeah, she's a car entirely, and then you're a car entirely too. Because you take like a hilarious,
I wouldn't
you take a
accept her
true,
then.
you take a true love potion, and then you become like a fucking like a Rav 4 or something, whatever.
I
you
would
know.
never truly accept her then,
RAV4.
because I feel like being a person's so much better than being a car. So I'd never truly accept her.
Well,
Why is
Maybe.
being a person better than being a car?
you don't know that.
Sentience? What the fuck?
She's a sentient car.
No,
It's like
because
the
she's a
Disney
human.
cars.
But if she turns back into a car, she's just a car somewhere.
What if she was actually stillborn at birth and she died at birth, and the only way to save her was to fuse her with a car? So she can't. So she's actually not really a person. She's really more of a car than anything else.
I was watching this fucking stupid ass show, right?
It's kind of like Inspector Gadget.
Whose fucking car was
Oh,
it? Like someone's car was just
no.
it happened to just be this
Oh,
2003
my
Silverado's
God.
here. Like it's the only thing that'll help.
It's been parked in the parking lot for 7 months. It's got dust on the windows, and no one's claimed it. It's
Nice,
just been
it
an
was
abandoned
I
car.
like that.
Yeah.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
No.
All right.
Are you-
For a moment, my Wi-Fi literally turned off, so I was like, "Oh God!" I was about to start punching my screen. There's gonna be a moment in the audio. I was like, "Oh no!"
No, you're good. You just flashed. I think you were just a little bit overwhelmed from discovering that your
Nah, it's not.
your
It's not
girlfriend of
true.
7 years is
not true.
a 2003 Silverado.
So
Yeah.
there is this show I was watching called Disenchanted or whatever. It's like on Netflix. It's made by the same people that made Futurama.
Yeah. I know that show.
Yeah, Matt Groening.
There's a moment where the king falls in love with this like really like fucking pharaoh woman, right? But she was a bear at first, and then she did something, and she was able to turn into a human.
Yeah.
Is it okay to fuck her?
Well, I know your
I don't
answer.
know, man. I don't think
I don't.
so.
I'm at the. I don't know.
Well, you wanted to fuck that
I wouldn't
Digimon.
say yes. I'm like, I don't know.
You wanted to fuck that animal Digimon thing, the Angel
I'd
Woman
fuck,
or whatever.
No, I'd fuck Angel Woman
Angel, yeah.
while she's a angel woman.
Right. So why wouldn't you fuck the bear lady? Like when she's a lady.
I don't know, man. Because she could turn back. That's what scares me.
Oh, like
that's
mid stroke? Like mid stroke it can
That's
turn
what
into a bear?
scares me. Because then at that moment, there's just a little cat thing on my dick, and I'm like, "What the fuck am I doing?"
I'll put it this way.
What am I doing with this?
I will put it. I'm gonna answer this question this way. I don't think I would sleep with anybody who could dramatically shift their physical appearance quickly in any way, shape, or form.
That's safe.
It's a safe bet. It's a much safer
Safe.
thing to do. Unless I knew
Even
the
Saiyans,
exact...
by the way. You know what I mean? Like if there was like a female Saiyan or something, she's like, "Oh, I'm Super Saiyan." I was like, "No, sorry." Like just based on the cutoff, just based on the rules that I've set up here, you are out of the question. Even those like female Saiyans from fucking what is it?
I
Dragon
tear
Ball
some
Super.
Saiyan pussy up, dude.
I respect how you're willing to stay to your grit so much. I respect that.
I'm
But
committed to my rules.
I'm fucking the shit out of a female Saiyan.
Yeah. That's,
As long as
I
she's
want
of age,
that
I'm
hyper-
going for it.
that's
I'm going for it.
Without being said.
I'm
We don't
going for it.
Yeah, that didn't need to be said. I think that was. I feel like that was implied.
Well, because the
but, like,
only Saiyans we've ever seen in Dragon Ball that are girls, the reason I clarify this, because they're kind of underage. We don't know how old they are exactly. So I'm like, all right, I don't know your age.
Like who?
Kefla and Khalifa, we don't know how old they are. I think they're underage.
Oh, I guess
know.
I'll.
Yeah, I
Yeah, I
have
wasn't
no
even
idea.
thinking about.
I didn't
those
watch the
bitches.
Those are the only two ones we know of.
Those
that
are the ones,
girls.
yeah, because in the different universe. That's right.
I was thinking of like
technically Goku's
Bardock.
mom.
I was thinking, yeah, that's what I was thinking of. I was thinking like the female Saiyans around, like
where's
that were
all
with
the
Bardock.
pussy Saiyan? What?
They're weaker, so they died. Actually,
I mean, when you think about it, it's kind of stupid that like.
it's a fact. That mean, put one and one together.
I mean, I guess. I mean, it's probably a very sexist fact. I agree with that. I'm sure.
You know, the Saiyans,
Akira
the Saiyans
Toriyama
are basically
wasn't like. Yeah.
Are the Saiyans basically Viltrumites? Basically.
Viltrumites are
A
pretty
shitty
much
version
Saiyans.
of them, yeah.
They're pretty much Saiyans meet Kryptonians, pretty much.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, because
They're like a
what I
shitty
mean by that is
version.
what
Yeah.
what I mean by that is that they're evil, basically. Like they're like a terrible
Yeah.
group of people, and so
Same with the Kryptonians, actually.
But so is Frieza like a good guy?
Technically, on a grander scale, the Saiyans were asshole-ish by nature because they were kind of like barbaric, like Spartans. They were kind of like barbaric, like Spartan, like warriors.
Yeah.
And they took over the Tuffle planet, right? And then they were like, oh, this is ours now, and they destroyed the Tuffles.
Is that canon?
But Frieza is the one that was like, hey, we're gonna take this shit global. We're gonna take these really asshole motherfuckers and put them in places to do fucked up shit for me. Saiyans suck. But like Frieza kind of was the one that facilitated them to go.
Why
suck
is
on a global
Frieza so?
scale.
Is it ever explained like what Frieza even is? Like, is Frieza like? Does Frieza come from a planet of Friezas? Like what the like? What is
There's
like?
more
what is,
of his kind. We know
It
that,
would
but like
it would
only one
suggest
more.
just because of like what's his name, Cooler or whatever the fuck,
King Cold.
Cold.
Yeah, no, I know
Cold
that.
is the only one that's canon. He's the only one that's canon, and then like
I know that, but like,
you know.
but what I mean by that is like, is he like the last of? You know what I mean? Like,
We
wouldn't
don't
there
know.
be other?
You
Wouldn't
would-
there be other Friezas?
Wouldn't it be nice
You'd
if there
assume.
would have been like a comic series kind of exploring that? That would have been nice.
they never go into detail about what they. We know that there's Chills, the one from the past that Bardock kills when he goes back in time for some reason. Chills.
I'm going to
You
kill
fucking
you,
monkey
Kakarot.
Saiyans. Time to die.
Is that guy still
Death
around?
ball.
Yeah, I think so. You are a stupid monkey. I'm going to kill you with my death ray.
So there's them, and then there's King Cold and Frieza. That's it. And then Kula, if you look at the canon of the movies. But yeah, there's just because a race of Friezas is terrifying. A whole race of Frieza is
This
really
isn't even
not
my
good.
final form.
My final
Watch me
form.
transform.
You Saiyans.
God damn. All right, let's move on. Let's get the fuck into some question territory. I don't even know what we've been rambling about for
Saiyajin.
Oh, God Christ. Okay, Spank Sinatra and Bing Cumsby wrote in.
That's fucking awesome.
Bing Cumsby is so fucking not clever. It's perfect. Howdy, two gentlemen and
terrible.
Sweeney. On a previous Dark Tank episode, Derek talked about Jedi mind tricks. What other more obscure or your favorite rapper's favorite rapper type hip hop artist do you like? Huh? Some ones that come to mind for me are Aesop Rock, Bus
Rock,
Driver, Prof,
Bus Driver is
and
dope.
maybe not so much now. Run the Jewels. Yeah, Run the Jewels is a lot more mainstream than.
Well, they're extremely mainstream now. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Especially
feel like
after,
they've always been mainstream, but I've always known about Killer Mike. And I've always known about what's his name. That's why. I've always known about them. That was a
well,
kid.
nobody knew about LP. Nobody knew about him at all.
I knew about because of the other group he was a part of. He was part of another group before
Well,
Run the Jewels.
yeah, but generally, it's just like
That's why I knew about him. But granted, that's hip hop. You got to understand hip hop to know about
LP
that.
is extremely important to hip hop, which it's really cool. Like his story, I think watching like a documentary on him would be fucking really cool. But yeah, Run the Jewels is way too
LP,
mainstream now, so that
Alchemist.
don't fucking matter anymore.
Like the white people that make hip hop important are like LP, Alchemist, M.
Then Alchemist just drop a new album, I
Static.
think.
Like they're really important to hip hop. No one talks about them at all, and it makes me kind of sad because they are absolutely the culture as well.
It happened. Yeah,
but they're white, so it's like
it happens.
so
Like,
even they're like, we got to take a step back because they understand this is not innately our culture. We have to respect that this is other people's culture, which is why they're even better than what they are. I
Right.
respect them so damn much in general.
There's Sage Francis, another white guy, fat big boy. I respect him a lot. I respect a lot Brother Ali, that albino dude.
I haven't heard about him in fucking a long time. Holy shit!
But he had a lot of because especially I've been hearing from him a little bit just because of he's Muslim and he's like kind of what's been going on over there in the Middle East. He's a little upset. Let's just say that he's a little upset. But say there's some obscure ones. One person that I like a lot. He's a producer. That. The first time I heard him was on Immortal Technique's his Revolutionary Volume 2.
Immortal Technique as well.
Well, Immortal Technique is half and half for me. Like, I love him a lot, but he also has so many dog shit conspiracy theories baked into his music that, like, there's a lot of it that is, half of it is just stupid, but then the other half of it's really good. Like I
love Mortal Technique, bro.
One of my favorite lines is
he's also Puerto Rican as well, so that's why I love him as much as I do as well. He's
is he Puerto Rican? I know he's Peruvian.
He's Puerto Rican.
Yeah, is he?
No, he's Puerto Rican. Yeah.
Okay, I knew he was. I thought he was Peruvian. Okay, well, I mean, it's probably
he might be both.
It's probably both.
I think I heard him be Peruvian as well.
Who gives a fuck? Who gives a fuck?
He says the word nigga, and I respect that.
He says it all the time.
But you can't convince. He's another one. You can't convince him he's not black.
He says he's whatever he is. I think he says he's Taino. So I think you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tainos aren't black technically, but that's an argument to be had with them.
They're very.
Yeah. So whatever. So then I don't.
There's
even
a lot
know
of them that are very dark skinned. Granted, but they're not black.
I'm Taino. So like no.
But I am too. Not. But my grandma is too, and she's black. So it's down the middle. Yeah. So it's like there's an argument to be had with them, bro. They really care about it, though.
Yeah. Well, I didn't. Okay. Wait. So you got to wait. So it to the original question, like you're talking about underground shit because what I said, Jedi mind tricks. Oh yeah, because I remember we were talking about that. Tone Deaf is who I wanted to say. I didn't finish my thought. Tone Deaf is a producer out of New York that I'm pretty sure he's out of New York that he doesn't get nearly enough credit. This guy's like extremely talented. He can sing really well. He can produce some pretty dope beats. He produced one of my favorite beats is for there's a song called I Fucking Hate Rappers by Pac FM. And the beat is so fucking good, man. It's he's probably one of my favorites. Like if you want to talk about like underground. I know I mentioned Cunning Linguist one time. I think.
I don't know Cunning Linguist.
Yeah, Cunning Linguist is a stupid fucking name, but
such a dumb name. I hate that name. It's the most obvious joke in the world.
It's so obvious. It's something that I would have a joke that you would have made, and you definitely wouldn't have used it as like your actual fucking alias or your group name. You wouldn't run with it, but they're just like fuck it, why not? And it just fucking went with it. Sign is fucking pretty dope.
I feel bad because I'm so bad about underground hip hop because a lot of people I loved were underground hip hop in like 2012 and shit. Like for me, 2012 underground was like that's when Tyler, Mac Miller, and all them weren't really, really, really popular yet, and they were like SoundCloud rappers. And that's when I listened to my most like that's when I was the most hip hop oriented in my life.
Really?
Like 2015.
Are you sure? With Tyler,
because people knew about them, but they weren't like very popular.
Oh, I feel like because I knew about Tyler the Creator in high school, and I had no real reason to.
No. That's true. Tyler, we heard about Tyler when we were in like our last years of high school, but you didn't hear about Mellow Hype too much. You didn't hear too much about Mac Miller. Mac Miller became popular like just after that because he made the song Ariana Grande. That's when he became very popular. That's when everybody kind of really found out. Yeah,
about my friend showed me Mac in 2010. It was like a song called Pizza and Kool-Aid, I think. Something like Pizza and Kool-Aid, yeah, something like that. He showed me that, and I was like, this is all right. I personally never really took to him, but it's not taking anything away from it. It just didn't like it. I didn't gravitate towards it for whatever reason.
There's like someone I know, he's popular because of West Side Gun. Stove God Cooks. There's Rock Mariano.
Who would you say is like? What? Give me one. We'll move on. Give me one go-to, not artist, but give me one go-to song that you're like, this song's fucking dope. Like, give me something.
Go-to song. That's an underground song. I can't even think of one, man. I feel like every song I listen to right now is like it's some sort of like decent popularity. Because I've been listening to a bunch of things called Brazilian funk, but it's just pretty much just bass boosted, like very repetitive beats that you want to dance to, and it's such silly fucking music, but I love it. I'll find a song right now. I'm listening to it over and over again, and just dancing about my house, and the lyrics like, what the fuck is he doing?
Yeah,
I want to give you guys.
I'm busy listening to Swancore right now.
Swancore.
I think it's a real.
It's called Bele do Conquisto 5-0.
That's
okay.
Conquistiro? I don't know how to pronounce letters in Portuguese at all.
Okay, put it in the chat for me because there's no way I'm going to type any of that in. Just put it in the chat for me. I'll check it out later.
I want to put it in the chat.
I want to give you guys a deep cut. And this guy, I think he was on Hip Hop XL, so he was supposed to blow up, but he didn't. And forgive me if I'm saying his name wrong. It looks like Dayajack with like Daye, but I think it's Dayajack. I'm not sure.
Dayajack? Yeah, I know who Dayajack is.
So, but he fucking fell off immediately when he was on like fucking like you said, like, oh, he was like in the freshman, like this guy is gonna be in the new class, big potential. He has a song called Hello World. Guys, look that one up. You're looking for some underground shit or something a little obscure. Probably one of my favorite songs to come out in like the past like decade or something. That I was like, oh, this guy is gonna be like really fucking big, and then it didn't happen. It just didn't happen. He fucking he fell off the face of the earth. Whatever.
That's the name of the song.
What's the name of the song? Let me see.
It's garbage. Listen to it. This song is stupid as bricks, but it's so fucking catchy. It's so fucking.
Okay? Do you know the guy Toby Nwigwe? I don't know how to say his last name.
Toby Nwigwe, yeah.
Okay, thank you. I was like that. I just wanted to see if you knew that guy because I never knew how to. I never caught him saying his name. I was like, how do you say his last name? I think it's Ngwe. Okay, all right. That guy's also dope too. He has a song called "I'm Dope" that I really like.
He hit some popularity a little bit too.
He's kind of bigger now, though. Yeah, you're right. But
I liked him a lot. So he makes really good songs. He made a song with a group called
so Toby Tobe, and then Nwigwe, like Nwigwe or something. And
call him Thomas.
He has a song called "I'm Dope" that I heard on NBA 2K20, like of all places, and I was like, hey, this is kind of dope.
Sometimes you find good music from video games. It's
GTA, actually, bro. GTA 4 put me on some Tyler Creator fire shit, bro. I was like, damn.
GTA 4 was big. Honestly, the Remedy games are really good. Like I don't know if Max Payne does it, but like I know like Quantum Break and Alan Wake 2 and Control both do it, or they both. I just said like 5 things. They all do it. But anyway. Let's move on to
Ballet Quiero.
I listened to a little bit. It sounds like fucking jokester music, man. It sounds like something like a. It sounds insane.
Dude, I'm not gonna deny what it is. It's fucking. It's just noise.
It sounds like something Betty would beat up the Chosen One to in Kung Pao. It sounds fucking ridiculous.
Good though. It sounds good, man.
I guess
it's just stupid as sin.
Are you like you don't actually like sit down and listen to this though, right?
I listen to it and I'm like when I'm like fucking like taking a shower or something or to get hyped up if I'm doing something. Like if I'm trying to hype myself up, I listen to random shit like that. I'm honestly it's
literally Baile do Coquero 5.0 slow to reverb. And I gotta say, this is a step. This is like 1 degree removed from fucking Nightcore, man. Like this is like this. It really.
It's the opposite direction.
It's the opposite direction, but it's the same level of just like fucking absurdity.
It's absurd. It's definitely not music that I'm like, oh, this is like fucking art.
All right, let's move on.
I'm trying to find this group.
Let's move on. Let's see. Using my cum as syrup at Waffle House wrote in. He says, "Hey there, my gooners."
Wow.
Let's say that every time you jacked off, one giant dog-sized sperm would shoot out, and you'd have to kill it each time. Would you still beat your meat?
No, if I had to kill it, like what? I don't want to do that each time I beat off. That's crazy.
Let's put it in a more believable context. Let's say we're all single and we don't have a partner.
I would probably just get my
Okay, I found a group I was talking about. Sorry to interrupt you guys.
I'd probably
It's
just get my
Coast
balls.
Contra.
Contra.
Coast Contra. There's a group.
Yeah.
Group. Coast Contra is talking about. Of course, I'm not killing a giant sperm that plopped out of my dick and flopped on the floor. That's disgusting and terrifying. Imagine being the first time you explored yourself as a child, as a young man, and then that happened, and then
cum dog comes out.
Let's say, hypothetically speaking, for the sake of argument, it's never been a problem until now. Like some kid somewhere found the Dragon Balls, and he was like, "You know what, Shenron? I wish that from now on,
had one big cum.
I wish that from now on, every time a guy came, it was a big dog-sized sperm, and he had to kill it, and then the Dragon Balls dispersed.
You know how many people would be fucking their girlfriends that would severely hurt their girlfriends?
No. You don't understand. This is only when you're jacking off. Let's say every time you jacked off.
Only jacking off, yeah. So it's
Imagine
like sinful.
Undercover
it's like
game.
sinful.
You know the undercover game, right? You know undercover game. You're jacking it. You come. Something plops out of your dick. It's wriggling around under the covers. You're freaking out. You're screaming. You're trying to get from under the covers. It's touching you and shit like that. You're like, You flip the cover over, and it's just this big fucking floppy sperm slapping all around your bed. You're just like, oh my god, what do I do?
This is magic. And so, for example, would it still happen if I cut my balls off and I have no sperm?
Yeah.
So see, like in that case, I'm not jacking off anymore. That's just not gonna happen.
Yeah.
I can't deal with that, dude. There's no way.
That's gonna come out your pee hole. That's gonna fuck your pee hole up. If that thing's blasting through your pit, a dog size cum is fucking stretching out your urethra.
Well, let's say
it shoots out, but it grows.
Yeah. Let's say for the sake of argument, let's say like it comes out kind of like a symbiote almost, where it just kind of like pools together, and then it flubbers together into like a dog.
Flubbers together.
I definitely would do
it.
It's aggressive.
People to hurt them.
It's aggressive,
it's
right?
very,
Like it's see, that's
yeah.
the thing. Like
His
that's
movement
the part
is very
that
aggressive.
Yeah, that's the part that I don't want to deal with. I don't want to deal with putting down the cum dog afterwards. That's kind of like that's a lot.
Yeah, especially if it like can look up at you and with like its sad cum. You know how like some dogs have like really sad puppy dog eyes. Like if it had like really empathetic sad cum dog eyes. Like I don't know if I'd be able to.
Oh god, you're making me want to kill it even more.
Like what if
you're making me celibate?
Looks like cum
you're
except
making me
for
celibate,
the eyes.
bro.
It all looks like cum except for the eyes, and then
eyes.
it goes, yeah. And then you're approaching it with like a machete or something, and then it goes.
Okay,
that's crazy.
You're helping. You're not helping. See, if it's doing that, I'm probably gonna easily kill it.
Nobody's trying to explain. He's just trying to explain the situation to you.
You're making me like not want to be sexual anymore. You're making me like, oh, that's really disgusting.
There's no chance. I'm never doing that again. If it happens once, there's no chance I'm doing that again. There's absolutely no chance.
I think I would do it less. I would probably do it like maybe like
you're sick.
I think I'd probably do it like maybe once a week, because part of me is like, well, this is kind of good exercise in some way, because it's like I'm not really that active anymore, like since I stopped doing like the boxing training. So it's like, maybe it's something where it's like, okay, I can jerk off, and then instead of feeling immediately like sinful and shameful and bad, I can take my frustrations out on this creature.
Dude, I got over that shit years ago.
No, of course not.
I've literally never felt that one time. I've never felt.
I used to when I was younger, when I was going to church and shit. I'm like,
yeah,
oh, man,
that
sucks.
Like I'm bad. I just never believed them. I was like, I'm sorry. I was like, what fucking entity would make something feel this good and it's supposed to be bad? That's so stupid. That is so fucking stupid. There's no way that this can be bad. Like
it's definitely really stupid now that I think about it. It's like, oh my god, my invisible ghost family's looking at me touch my penis. Oh no, I'm such a bad person.
That's the weirdest.
And then I was just like, I don't care no more.
That's the weirdest aspect of it to me, is that like, why would your family be watching you? Like, why? If I was a ghost, under no circumstances am I going to watch my ancestors beat off and then like judge them.
My boy stroking. I'd be like, my boy stroking. Let's go.
You're gonna go watch celebrities beat off. You're gonna go watch fucking Sydney Sweeney go play with their tits in the shower or something. You're gonna be like,
yeah,
pretty
absolutely.
Cool.
Yeah, it's like I'm not gonna waste my time with my family.
I absolutely would.
God's like, no,
I would be there.
You're supposed to be
watching.
They would not be
able to pry me out of that place.
You're supposed to be watching your nephew jack off. Stop. What are you doing?
What am I doing?
Shut the
Why
fuck
don't you
up,
watch your
God.
nephew beat his dick? Not in the mood right now.
God's all mad. He's like furious that you're watching Sydney Sweeney like fucking play with their tits instead of watching your fucking 10-year-old cousin jack off. He's like so angry. What are you doing?
Yeah.
This is not.
You're supposed to instill shame on your lineage. What are you
Shut
doing?
up, King Jew. And I'd get back to the
Shut up, King Jew. You shove him. You fucking shove him.
Only my homies can call me that.
The audacity of somebody talking to the divine one like that is crazy. Shut up.
I want to shove him, make him like stumble over. He falls over a table. Like he's all embarrassed. Everyone's laughing at him.
Cracks his head immediately. Cracks his head and dies.
Everyone's laughing at God. You embarrass God so distinctly. It's like, what are you, gay?
You little bitch. Fuck out of here.
You push God over a kitchen. You push him over a fucking living room table. He stumbles, hits his head, cracks his shit, bleeds to death. You just killed God.
God.
He stumbles back in such a human way too. Like he like he genuinely like.
Gets caught on his fucking robe, just like slips and shit.
He hits his head. It's a juicy sound. It's a juicy sound when he hits his head too, and you're like, "Ooh, you know that's not a good one." The moment he hits his head, it sounds
there's a
really
scene.
wet.
There's a scene.
And
It cuts to earlier.
Oh, man.
It cuts to earlier that day, and he's meeting with his tailor, and he's like, I really think this robe is a little too. I feel like I'm gonna slip and hurt myself. He's like, "Nah, God, it'll be fine. You're like the divine one."
That's fine.
Nah, G, you're good. You're straight.
You God, remember? It's $50.
You're straight, God. You're straight. It's like that's not. Yeah, but like maybe it's a little too long. It's like, nah, God.
Trust me.
You're good.
Then he slips and cracks his head.
He's just bleeding out.
Oh man, I do like the idea of God dying in like a mundane way,
busting
like
his
that.
head open's hilarious.
Like there's it was like that story we used to have where it was like, what is it? The body of God found on fucking 5th Avenue and 9th.
Oh
It's
yeah.
just like and then just everybody understands.
Dead body
intrinsically.
of God this is everyone looks like everyone can look at him like that's God. Like
that's
everyone
God.
knows deep in your being like, yo, that's God.
Shit.
Who did this? And the reality starts falling apart because someone killed God.
Yeah,
Crazy.
Like dogs start walking upright. Hello, I'm a dog.
it's like that. It's like that glitch.
I'm a dog.
It's like that. It's like that glitch in The Sims where like, do you know what I'm talking about? The dog glitch in The Sims, where like the dog, like, so there's a glitch in The Sims. It's like a really famous one. It's a really cursed one. But if a dog has to go, like, if a dog is trapped in a pool or something, it'll climb the ladder, but it'll take like the model of the dog will assume the form of a person just for the animation. So the animation will work. There's so many great. Hold on, let me see. I wonder if there's like compilations. Dog
That's
Sims glitch. There's so many great.
I love that. I love that. Just
Yeah, because you can hug. Oh, this is a great one. Yeah, so if you Google that, it's hugging a dog in The Sims. So look at this. Here you go. I put it in the chat right now. If anybody's curious, you can Google this. It's on YouTube. It's like a 9-second video, but it's.
What in tarnation? What in tarnation?
Derek, can we please put this in?
of course.
We have to put this in.
How it turns back into a dog at the end is so perfect too. It's just
Imagine seeing that. Imagine seeing that through the window and you run in to try to help your kid and it's a dog again. You're like, did I see that?
that's
Is that
incredible.
real?
See, that's the thing. It's like, do you assume you've gone crazy? This
like,
feeds
honey,
back into the beginning.
What did the dog just do? It gave me a hug. How did it give you a hug? It gave me a hug. What do you mean?
It just gave me a hug. Nothing out of the usual, Mom.
It hugs me like it always hugs me. It's like
It hugs me like it always hugs
like
me.
I
It's
hug you
scary.
or like dogs hug you. It's like, what do you mean? Like a hug.
All right.
You're trying not to freak out your kid.
Dude. I've watched it like 5 times. That's nuts. His head goes fucking like upside down, dude.
Its head goes in itself and then down.
Oh, wow.
This isn't so Papa Jesus wrote it and he says, hey boys. This one's mostly for Sweeney, but did you all know that MF Doom is actually English? I just found that out recently, as well as the fact that he never even got his U.S. citizenship despite living here most of his life. I didn't know that actually at all.
I didn't know that last part.
Born. That barely counts. Like he technically
it's
is
in the same
from
way as what's his name?
The UK.
Who's the dude born in Zone 6? Or who reps Zone 6?
Savage.
Thank you. It's same as him, right? It's like the same kind of situation.
It's a Caribbean person thing, man. If you're like Afro-Caribbean, a lot of people are born in the UK or in Jamaica or X, Y, and Z, and they just go somewhere else and live that other place their whole lives. That's what it is. That's what 21 is. It barely counts.
Yeah, it barely
is, but like
to me, I would rep the fuck out. Like I would totally. I'd have red coats. I'd totally be. I would.
You're
be,
insane.
I would totally.
The idea of you repping a red coat.
I would terrorize Americans.
Nobody reps red coats, even them.
I would terrorize Americans, dude. I would do. I would
walk out my fucking rifle flipping and everything like that, walking in a straight line.
I mean, fucking just like. But just hitting people with the butt of the gun, just busting their jaws open and shit, making them pay me taxes.
You gun butt them up.
I would just do so much bullshit, and put on one of those stupid fucking wigs. I should buy one of those.
Those powdered wigs?
Yeah, we should buy a fucking powdered wig.
If I start balding, I'm gonna really rock the powder wig hard. I'm gonna actually rock it for real.
It's too late, man. I think you're too old for your hair's not gonna change.
You never know. It might start happening. We'll keep aware.
No, you do know. It's not.
Usually around like 26 years old. If you haven't your hairline hasn't receded at all, you're good.
You never know, dude. You never know.
You do know.
Next episode, I look
can't just
mangy.
Say you can't just say you never know for things that we. You can't just say you never know for things that we know for sure. Like it's insane.
We don't know anything for sure. We assume, dude.
That's true.
We know for sure. Unless you're like a Vern Troyer type fucking amalgamation.
Right now, you have a theory right now, right? You have a really strong theory. Often it's been proven right. It's not universal law yet, right?
That is true. That is a true statement.
That's how those words work. Tucker Carlson, you fucking twat. That's how those words work.
Tell you what,
I'm hoping.
Go tell you what, if you go bald, I bet you $2 million that you will not go bald.
I'm not betting you $2 million. I'm not doing that.
Why not?
You never know. And I don't know, and you don't know, but I don't know enough, so I don't feel comfortable
know. That's
saying
That's why I'm willing to bet that amount of money.
I don't know enough. I don't know.
What about stress baldness? What about if we?
What
about if we
that
take
would
you to
happen by
G-Bay?
now? That shit would have happened by now, bro.
G-Bay. We take you to G-Bay, and we fucking we waterboard you every day.
Kingston
for
does that to himself.
And then you wake up and my hair is thicker. In fact,
your fucking hairline it meets your eyebrows. Your hairline meets your fucking eyebrows.
Like Marcus Phoenix.
Yeah.
Right here. He's like, what's happening? This is really weird. My hair's growing. I start sprouting hairs out of here. The idea of somebody sprouting hair off their forehead is crazy.
Did you see those Guinness Book of World Record guys? There were some guys like that had hair all over their fucking face. I was like, is this real? I always felt like it was fake, but I don't know, man. It just grew everywhere where it shouldn't grow. It was fucking gross.
I remember seeing a thing in one of those books about how there was a guy who could control his hair or something. Like he had
not real.
He could bend. No, I know, but I remember seeing that in in a Guinness Book of World Records where it's he could bend his hair on a almost like he could do that with it, and I'm like, you can't fucking do that. Even as a kid, I didn't. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Stupid.
That is so stupid. It's unbelievable, actually.
You can get in those dumbass books for fucking any reason, I guess.
Yeah.
You know how crazy
I pissed myself today.
Control your hair. You control your hair. If you cut someone's hair off, they just have to have nerves there. You know how much damage you would do to him cutting his hair? He would die from shock if you just held him down and cut his hair off.
That would be
probably
kind of insane.
He'd be like, he just shed his hair and he's screaming bloody murder. You're like, hey.
Dude, you
just want me to use the one or the two. And he didn't shave his shit down.
That would be fucking crazy. You'd have to just let your hair grow out forever. Because
you
the
give him
agony
a bald
of
fade and he dies. But he's
cutting
fresh
your
as fuck.
hair off. Oh, like you got to get a surgery. Well, you got to get like anesthesia. You got to be fucking put under to get your hair cut. That'd be fucking nuts.
How did cavemen cut their fingernails? They just bite them off?
Probably.
Yeah, very likely.
Yeah.
I fucking hate
That
biting
does
my
make
nails,
sense.
man. I get this weird
Damn,
feeling.
cavemen suck.
I got
How
a
did we
weird feeling.
survive? I really think about it. I'm like, how the fuck did we make it?
Luck. We spec all
by
our
the
things out in
giant
luck, I
lizards
think.
dying
It's
out.
really luck. It's really luck, or is that Sky nigga, dog?
It's yeah. It's that one nigga that wanted us to watch our nephews beat off. You know, he just wanted to make sure that he kept us alive. And then we kept getting eaten by big dinosaurs, so we sent him a meteorite.
And we didn't get hurt. The dinosaurs got because it was a holy meteorite.
Yeah, it was a holy meteorite.
Holy meteorite. It was only 4,000 years ago.
Yeah.
How long?
Yeah.
Guys?
Facts.
Genuine question. How long did you ever think that dinosaurs and people roamed the earth at the same time?
No.
And how long? Did you think that?
I was small.
I definitely thought that for a while because like I would go to the Museum of Natural History and they would have them next to each other and I was like, well, the museum wouldn't lie to me.
Yeah.
That's what I was like.
I was watching like Lost. Have you guys seen Lost World? That show that was on like fucking Channel 11 a long time ago in like the late 90s, early 2000s.
No,
You mean the Land of the Lost?
shot I remember.
Or Land of the It might be Land of the Lost.
It's probably
yeah.
Land of the Lost.
Where like
you're thinking
this
of.
professor, it's like ragtag group goes through this portal and end up in like the prehistoric world. They have to fight like prehistoric monsters, stuff like that.
Yeah.
I thought that was real because that's when I kept seeing like humans and dinosaurs together. And then there was a show called Dinotopia that came out for a while too. That was on ABC. It was like a short series.
I don't know that
So I was
one.
like, I guess dino humans were together. And then eventually I found out that dinosaurs were like way older than humans. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. And I never questioned it again. It didn't bother me anymore. I was like, okay, cool.
Yeah, I never.
Yeah.
I was as a kid. I mean, who the fuck isn't fascinated by dinosaurs? I knew everything that I could find on dinosaurs. I autistically looked up, and so I knew. I knew right away that humans weren't, because there was never like anything that would talk about that, like them coexisting together. Like when I would try to be absorbing information. Or whatever, or knowledge. Remember that
What's crazy is that dinosaurs are so much scarier sounding.
I forgot.
Than we gave because like the way they Steven Spielberg did it was like they like
of course, that's just
roar
cool.
and stuff. Now
we
when you
talked
hear
about that.
dinosaurs, it sounds like a demon is gonna eat you.
Oh, they just sound like
You hear like clicking sounds and then like someone using a lawnmower, but in reverse, the sound's going in it instead of out of it.
Yeah, it sounds like
it's a T-Rex.
I don't know.
He's like a little monkey. What do you mean? You sound like a small monkey.
oh my god, look at that fucking T-Rex! It's so huge.
No, it goes. It turns around. And it turns to the camera. It goes like. It turns to the camera. It goes, yeah, I'm a T-Rex. See, yeah. And then that's how T-Rex used to sound. It's
Wow.
pretty sad.
I want to
That's
see a
pretty
T-Rex
sad
pick a
state.
person up with its little hands. I want
You know,
to see it grab a person with its little hands.
I completely forgot
look
that
at you
T-Rexes
now,
spoke
human.
English, but until
Look at
I
you
just
now.
remembered right now. You're right. I remember reading in a T-Rex encyclopedia. There's a encyclopedia A to Z on T-Rexes, and I remember in the E part of it, it was like, oh yeah, English. I was like, oh, that's right.
That's all it says. It just says English and ain't nothing else.
Because I remember seeing.
English.
I remember watching video like movies about dinosaurs, and then it would say every time the dinosaur would roar, it would say on the subtitles it would say roar parentheses English, and that's how I knew.
The T-Rex is
that's
roaring
real.
English. If you're speaking Spanish, you have no clue what it's saying. You're just like,
Yeah, you have no idea. You can't hear it if you speak Spanish. In fact,
"Que
it's entirely
pasó?"
it's entirely silent. But dude, I forgot to mention this. This isn't funny, but we would be remiss not to talk about. I mean, part of it is in a dark way. But there was that guy in New York who emblazoned himself. He set himself on fire outside of the Trump thing. He tried to set himself on fire. He was generally protesting like how the powers that be are fucking everything up, which I generally don't disagree with, to be honest. But he was he lit himself on fire outside of the Trump trial, and then a bunch of people came and put him out.
Did they?
They put this guy out. and he's in critical condition now.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure he's dead.
I think he was in critical. Hold on, let me see.
I'm pretty sure he's dead now.
Trump. I mean, I hope. Good Lord.
I mean, usually that's what happens when you don't die right away from engulfing yourself. You die a little bit later. That's usually what happens.
No, but this was like a day later that he was like in like way later. Total disbelief. Friend shocked by man set himself on fire. Says he was trouble. Blah, 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 blah. Is there no information on whether or not this guy's dead?
There should definitely be. Hold on.
He's in the floor, bro.
Trump
He's
fired.
On the ground
maybe
right
if I Google died. Max Azzarello's conspiracy theories led to self-immolation 2 days ago. Man who set him on fires. Okay, he died. Thank God. Jesus Christ.
That makes sense. I'd be like, if he's still alive, I'm like, this guy's superhuman. We need to study him now. Because I saw how long he was on fire for, and I'm like, you don't survive that, dude. You know, if I could. I was like, bro,
that. Like, why'd you put him out, dude? Like, don't put him out. Like, you see him, like, with all due respect, you see a guy engulfed in flames, you give it, like, 20 minutes before you put that guy out, I think.
20 minutes.
You really make sure, because, like, you don't want, like, because who the fuck wants to be saved at that point? Do you want to be walking around like a fucking, like a like a candle? Like a melted candle?
In a way. Like a well-cooked rotisserie chicken, just fucking...
Putting out fires is ingrained in our DNA. So, like, that is something that it's hard to just... You can't just watch something burn that you know that shouldn't be on fire. Because, like, even, like, a lot of animals in Animal Kingdom will try to put fires out. Because it's like, I know what this thing does. Yes.
Because I get enamored by fire a little bit. Like, when it's burning, like, when it's like, really burning, I'm like, whoa.
Wait, you're broken, first of all. But you wouldn't feel if healthy. There was a fire in your vicinity, right? Like say something's on fire in your home, you wouldn't just stand there in awe at it. You'd be oh.
Like no. Well, maybe my sense to protect my home and the people I'm around would kick in to stop it.
Right.
But like if I'm watching like there's a fucking hay bale on fire, I'm like man.
Yeah, and if it was nowhere near you.
I watch. I'm like
If it was nowhere near you, it would be of no concern to you. But if it was in your vicinity, that you feel like it could be a threat to your home or your environment or to your being right itself, knowing that like
I think
you probably would try to
I've gotten the spectacle out of it programmed out of me now. Because at first I would just be like I'm gonna test like this. Freaking Jetstream Sam when he's watching fucking Ride and Fight, he's like
Yeah, I'm gonna go to your house. I'm gonna go to your house. I'm gonna go to your house and set your computer on fire in the middle of the night and then wake you up and see how you react.
I'm like, why, dude? Ooh. Why? I would shoot you and know it's you still, and I'm like, dude, I shot some guy that broke into my house. I don't know who it was. And then Chris would have a bullet wound. I'm like, did you get shot last night too? That's crazy. I shot someone last night.
Wait, so Maxwell Azzarello, what
that an artist?
Because I didn't know the guy that fucking self-immolation. Well, I guess you can say technically.
Stop it! He's really hurt.
Get all the girls, man.
He's not hurt no more.
Yeah. So what was he? I didn't look into it. What was he? Was he? Everyone's calling him conspiracy theorist.
Yeah.
What was his? What side was he on? Like, what did you capture from that?
It seemed. I don't even think I got like a general side from him. It just kind of seemed like like a genuine discontent with like, just global like world governments being completely incompetent. Hold on. I didn't look that deeply into it, but that's remember what I was saying. Max
See, the thing from that though, it comes from a side with like.
Oh no, for sure. I'm not saying it. I'm not saying it doesn't. I'm saying I didn't get a good read on like what side it was from.
Okay, I just wonder. I wonder if that information's available because was he? Did he think Donald Trump was part of the machine? Or did he think that this is an injustice that Donald Trump's trying to take down the machine and they're trying to take down Donald Trump? Because that's usually the two fucking like sides of the
you, Donnie.
He's like, I need to bring
police said that his driver's license showed that he was born in 1987 and he was a native of St. Augustine, Florida, a registered Democrat. He attended the University of North Carolina. Blah 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 blah. Described what the fuck? Yeah, what? He was super curious about social justice and he was super curious about social justice and the way things could be. Looking through this. Yeah, I don't know. It seems he might have leaned left, I think, but I don't really know. I'm not getting a clear fucking. I think he left a manifesto. I know that. His beliefs. Dude. Oh, okay. Azzarello had a long history of posting conspiracy theories and railing against the rich and powerful, according to the NYPD officials who had begun to comb through his social media posts. His lengthy Substack post called out a string of people, social media companies, and institutions. He also labeled the COVID-19 pandemic as an economic doomsday device. In the document, Azzarello says an act of self-immolation was an extreme act of protest. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I don't really know.
Well, that the COVID-19 thing is a little bit of a hint, I would say.
Kind of, but like, it's not let's just put it necessarily false, because that did kind of fuck up a lot. It fucked up a lot in a way that it always would happen, because naturally an epidemic would do that.
I think the guy was reading into it as a doomsday device. Like,
when you're saying a doomsday device, a doomsday device is
used to create doomsday.
Is man-made. It's a device.
That's not it was. That's kind of the thing about it, where it's like it like not the pandemic itself, but like the virus. Right? That's pretty
it's very,
because it came out of the fucking lab.
Heavily contested that it was man-made. Yeah.
Well, I will say to myself, CBC, what you're doing, I would say to myself,
I know what you mean, yeah,
that I believe that it probably came from a lab in Wuhan, but that's still not the official. Actually, true. You just listen to the actual evidence, they're saying no, and I don't know if I believe that. But my thing is, either way, because this is, I guess, my beef is, why does it actually what is the point of lying? Like, when I really think about it, it would have happened either way.
I think there's a huge point of lying.
Like,
huge point.
What would happen? So if China was like, "Oh, we did it, my bad," what would happen to China?
A lot of countries would be very furious that a lot of citizens got killed because of their negligence.
But what would happen to China? My question is, what would happen to China? Would people stop trading with them? Would people stop trading with China?
The thing is that America wouldn't, because we're already sucking on their navel. But
the only thing that would change is optics. But nothing. But business doesn't give a fuck about any of that shit. The world's going to keep turning in the same way. It doesn't matter. But they're still
not going to be honest. Like, just because China is notorious for lying and hiding all sorts of shit. It doesn't really matter. Right, but like specifically, like, it doesn't really matter how it comes across necessarily, but it behooves you to have a better reputation than you otherwise would have anyway, even if it won't materially affect you in any real way. Like, it behooves you to just be looked upon a little bit less evil than you actually are. That would be my assumption, is that, like, we're not going to tell them we fucking engineered this shit. That's crazy. We're just going to say,
but see, like, the whole thing is,
shit happened and it got
even
out.
If it was it would be, you would want to lie about it if you did it on purpose. An accident is, what I'm saying is, optically, I'm just saying optically, if you did something on accident, no matter how horrible it is to society, it's always forgivable because it was a fucking mistake. Even when people hit people with cars and kill people or whatever the fuck happens, people aren't nearly as upset than if there was intentionally you kill somebody, you murdered somebody.
I disagree a little bit. Like, you're right. That an accident would be an accident, right? But the idea is that, like, what the fuck are they doing making something like that and testing something like that? And then why would they let something like that dangerous? First of all, what are they trying to create? And then how the fuck would they let that shit get out?
Right.
So
the incompetency, like, that's the one thing with
it wouldn't change in a way the world, like, oh, war on China, everybody did something on China probably, but it'd be like, what the fuck are you guys doing over there? Like, what?
Well, see, like, just the way that the world works, unfortunately, right now, with the insane injustices we have that have just been wrought throughout time itself, there is no justice. Like, it's just business. It's just commerce. Things are going to keep going. So you can be as mad as you want And I feel like say when we just we're looking at an active potential. We'll look at an ethnic cleansing. We are right now watching it happen, and there are people protesting in the streets, but the vast majority of people are not. The vast majority of people will not do anything. They know their taxes are going to these bombs that are slaughtering children, and they will do fuck all about it. So even if China was like, we did this because you guys suck dick, people would be upset, but they would do nothing about it. And the reason why the reason why
to that degree, I disagree. But what you're saying is true. Like if it came out to happen, it'd be like it just happened.
Kingston,
yes,
do you think the people that are that hold all the power and wealth in this country, they're safe, they're fine?
I think I agree, but I would think that America, we owe them so much money that any chance we got to look good and not give those niggas back the money, we would jump on that fucking. Be like, yeah, they're bad now.
But why would that happen? Why would bad optics stop the business aspect of our dealings with them?
The thing is that the bad optics would be a chance for us to just not give them back the money.
So I found some information actually.
Let's go
about this guy. So it says he identified. Okay. He seems not to be identified with any political party. Instead, Azzarello claims the U.S. is a secret kleptocracy made up of Republicans and Democrats who are pretending to be rivals. And there was...
he's a libertarian.
Okay, Azzarello, who described himself as an investigative researcher on the Post, wrote a manifesto that his extreme act of protest was meant to draw attention to an urgent and important discovery that involves Trump only tangentially, claiming that cryptocurrency is a Ponzi scheme run by the world's wealthiest people and powerful figures in government. We are the victims of a totalitarian con, and our own government, along with many of their allies, is about to hit us with an apocalyptic fascist world coup, Azzarello wrote. These claims sound like fantastical conspiracy theory, but they are not. They are proof of a conspiracy. Yeah, so just, it seems kind of
vague bullshit. It's
very vague. Our government is conning us completely. He wrote, Bill Clinton was secretly on former CIA Director George H.W. Bush's side. The Democrats versus Republican division has been entirely manufactured ever since Clinton is with Bush, Gore is with Bush, Trump is with Hillary, and so on. Okay, so he's like completely just disillusioned. As it turns out, we have a secret kleptocracy. Both parties are run by financial criminals whose only goals are to divide, deceive, and bleed us dry. They divide the public against itself and blame other parties. Yeah, I don't disagree with it, but I wouldn't have killed myself to say this.
I disagree with a lot of it, and the people like this give players like Hillary Clinton or Bill or anything, they give them too much credit, where it's actually the way that these things work is way simpler than a lot of these people like to make it out to be, where it's literally just, people that have a lot of money give a lot of money to these people that are in power to do the bidding for them. It's fucking simple.
Yeah.
If you took the money out of politics, shit would be in like utopian shit it'd be unrecognizable in a way that you couldn't lobby. You couldn't have the corporations do what they do. Convince people to be against unions, which is the funniest fucking thing. It is the biggest joke in the universe to me. But you have enough power and influence to condition people to accept garbage, through money, and it's just so they can. So a Bezos could have hundreds of billions of dollars. So a one man could have that is so funny. To even think about that concept.
But do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean?
It's crazy.
Where do you know what I mean? Where I was looking through. I remember looking through this a couple days ago when it happened. I was like, I can't get a fucking read on where this guy is at all.
Right.
It just feels very fucking I don't know. I don't know if it matters necessarily, but I couldn't figure it out.
I have a hard left turn for you guys. Wait, finish your story about this.
No, that's it. That's it. Go ahead.
Turn. Okay, so remember a couple episodes ago, right? Quite a few episodes ago. There was this thing where Derek said that he thinks he could outfight a wolf by himself with his bare hands.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah, it was a while ago.
Yeah,
I found a video of this regular 5'6" woman beside a wolf. This is probably a particularly big one.
Yes,
you could not outfight this.
Yeah, so we went through the average size of a wolf on that episode too, which I know you obviously don't remember. Because you wouldn't even be bringing this up.
Because they're probably a bit. Because I remember the scale, the scale I remember.
No, the average size of a wolf is small, and I could beat the fuck out of one. Yeah,
they're not small. They're bigger than shepherds. That's not small. I would not say small.
I would beat the fuck out of most dogs. Like
I think you would beat. You're not beating this. I don't think you can beat a wolf anymore. I take it back more so.
I've always loved wrestling like big dogs. It was like one of my favorite things to do. And as even like say a younger person that wasn't that strong, dogs are fucking strong. But I would still, like even with their weight and their momentum, it wasn't that hard to deal with because they weren't a full-size fucking human that weighed upwards of 200 pounds. Like, it's just stupid to think that you can't, in a life-or-death situation, not deal with one dog. Even if it just bites you, and as it bites you, now its mouth is completely subdued, and now I can have my way with it. You got to think of it in those ways.
If it bit you, right? Because I understand the idea if it bites you, because I've been bit by dogs before. And if they bite you in a place that matters anywhere, you're in a bad spot. Because if it bites you in your throat or up in this area, over here, you're in a bad spot. And if it bites you in a place where there's a lot of flesh or bones to bite and crush, granted, I've never anything crushed a bone of mine. Like I got bit by a pit one time on my leg, and it hurt like fuck. But I was still like able to do shit. It didn't like pierce my bones or shit like that. But I don't think you could do it to a wolf. I really don't think you could kill a wolf.
I think you just.
I think all you would need.
I think you have a chance. I think you have a chance. I think it's not. Sorry. I don't think it's impossible, but I think it's definitely not in your favor. That's why
this is why I carry hot sauce everywhere I go with me, specifically for in case of a situation like this.
The idea of throwing hot sauce in a wolf's eyes is crazy.
That's what I do. I would blind the wolf with hot sauce, and then I would thumb its eyes away.
Yeah.
The idea of somebody breaking a hot sauce container and spitting it in a wolf's eyes is wild.
I think it's really the fact that people don't know how to strategize for this fight. It's just like go for the eyes and then you're good. Like literally,
I think people are also very frightened.
They can still kill you though, but like,
I just think people are very afraid, and they can't visualize like when it comes like when fear gets in the way that like say. I have like like a height phobia, and there's certain things that I can't really visualize me doing in a way that it kind of frightens me, but in a way that like say if I had to fight a wolf, I know that I'm probably going to get bitten a lot, and I'm okay with that. I'm way more afraid of a gun that can just, easily just end my life, or I'll take my chance with a wolf any fucking day. Where most likely
over a gun, 100%, yes.
But see, like most likely, it's gonna bite me and tear my flesh, which I'm not even afraid of that happening. I don't want it to happen. It fucking hurts, but I'm not afraid of getting my flesh because it's happened before. I know what it feels like. I've have a lot of scars, and also. One thing that people always forget, I guess people that don't get in scraps, and you should know, adrenaline takes over. And in the beginning, you don't really feel shit. It's usually towards, like, say, a fight, a boxing match or an MMA match or anything, why it's so difficult towards the end of it, because you've already had your adrenaline dump, and now you're feeling everything. You were getting fucking hit. Everything.
That's why immediately after round one, people start slowing down. Immediately after round, people start slowing down.
The thing about
when they call that time, and you sit there and you're like that minute, you're like,
yeah, we can say, Chris.
The thing about fighting a dog is that they're like, dogs are cowards. Like dogs, like you could just all you really have to do is put on like a really scary ghost mask and say ooh. And then they'll run away. Granted, my only experience with dogs is through cartoons in the form of like Courage the Cowardly Dog and Scooby-Doo and so far, such as. But I really do think like all you got to do is like spook it up a little bit, and distract it with like a sandwich or something, and you're fine. I don't view animals.
You have a man going into a wolf's den.
Dude, I had
trying to use Scooby-Doo and Courage the Cowardly Dog logic in a den full of predator wolves is wild.
I'm confident.
I know how to deal with this, Mom.
The artist would not lie to me, so like I don't believe that they would.
Why would they lie? Why would they make Courage such a pussy if he's not a pussy?
Yeah.
He goes up to a regular Great Dane and tries to treat it like Scooby, and it bites his face. And he's like, ow. What the fuck, dude? Because the thing is that a wolf is about the size of a Great Dane. And Great Danes are big fucking dogs.
Wolves
dude.
are not the size. What the fuck are you talking about?
A gray wolf is about the size of a Great Dane. Deadass. They're not as heavy. Bro, they're not as heavy, but they're about the same size.
We already Googled the average size of a fucking wolf, and they're not the average size of a fucking Great Dane.
8 inches.
What the hell are you talking about?
On Google.
That's
on Google,
crazy.
On Google, it says 8 inches. I feel like I could take that.
They're about as big as Tyrion Lannister, bro. Like, relax.
That's crazy.
Relax.
What the fuck? What the fuck have they been showing us? If the average wolf is the size of Tyrion Lannister, what have we been seeing?
Imagine
my friend
showing,
had a wolf. My friend had a wolf, and he would bring it to school. Sometimes he would have it in his pocket, and he would be like, "Look at my wolf," and he would like show it to people, and then he would sneak it in his pocket. Yeah, it was
so
really
cute.
Adorable. It suffocated in his pocket one day, but that was really sad. But we don't talk about that.
I saw one in person at Pet Supplies Plus in Fishkill, New York. I remember I was there. It was our friend, one of our friends we knew worked there, and some guy brought in a wolf dog, and I knew it was half German Shepherd.
Wolf dogs,
but it was
are big.
so much bigger than a shepherd, and its eyes looked
Wolf
it
dogs
had like
are very big.
Yeah,
it was like
wolf dogs are not wolves.
You know how dogs have sort of affectionate eyes.
No,
if that makes any sense to people, like when a dog looks at you, it doesn't look at you in like a predatory way. It looks at you kind of like a person, you know.
Depends.
The wolf was like looking at us like, I'll eat any of you niggas right now. Like, I'll eat one of y'all. Like,
every dog
like,
I've ever had
fall down and like limp.
I just having like a bad owner. It's like having a bad owner.
Well, no,
every dog I've ever had
are dumb ideas to have.
Every dog I've ever had has looked at me like a predator would look at. Like every dog I've ever had looked at me. Every dog I've ever had has looked at me the same way Harvey Weinstein looked at many of his associates. It was a pretty dire. Yeah. They had really malicious thoughts in their eyes, and I could tell.
And they're trying to take you down.
Chris, your dog is so tiny.
Yeah, I know.
I can imagine your dog like licking its lips and looking at you like you walk in the house, and you're just looking at it back, and it's just like, yeah, he's a little too strong right now.
It's really jarring seeing. It's really jarring seeing my dog.
A little too strong right now.
It's really jarring seeing my dog gray.
Salivating.
Like the hair where the hair is like gray, and it's like, oh, this is fucking so weird. Because I remember when she was like the size of like my palm, and she would like sleep here, like
your
in
dog
between
is
my
already
jaw.
gray.
Well, yeah. I mean, she had white hair anyway, like from a long ass time ago. But like she was born in like 2015 or 2016, I think. So she's.
Well, it's about 10 years now. Yeah,
well, almost. About she's like 7 or 8. She's probably got another.
I lost my dog when it was
6 years,
13. The hardest experience of my life, dude. So far,
dude. Pro tip, man. Pro tip for keeping dogs or animals alive a lot longer is you give them, because people don't usually do it, but you give them purified water, you give them real food, and then you exercise them regularly. And then they'll live.
As soon as I left my dog, because I wasn't exercising anymore. Yeah. No one was walking it every day like I used to.
Yeah. They'll live almost twice as long if you do that. The data's out there, and it's kind of fascinating. When I started to see that, I was like, "Holy shit!"
Don't feed your dog Purina and shit. Don't feed your dogs. Do not feed your dogs that shit. Granted, it is expensive as fuck to give dogs good food. Because my grandma would buy good food for she'd buy like kangaroo meat, like good bison for my dog, and that shit is wildly expensive. But it keeps the dog alive much longer, and it keeps
you don't have
healthy.
to give it kangaroo meat and bison. Like that shit's probably better than you guys.
My grandmother would buy really good food for the dog. She'd be like blue or something like that.
See, I give my dog Coca-Cola.
Because my grandmother loved the dog. It was one of my family members.
Coca-Cola.
Raisin that Coquito
has the worst bones ever right now. It's just like it fucking has like fucking spikes coming out of its fucking bones. It's just like
I
don't know. Coca-Cola's like
it looks a little bit like those things from The Last of Us right now. But like I think she's on the mend.
She's all right.
Yeah, she's all right. Yeah, she's all right. Just get more Coca-Cola, and it'll fix it.
Let's keep it to zero. Coke Zero. You got to switch, man.
Coke Zero. We tried to switch to
corn syrup's kind of Mountain Dew.
That is so insane. That is so
guys,
terrible.
If you want, Code Red, Mountain Dew Code Red. Our advice to you, our official Snark Tank advice to you guys, if you want to keep your dog alive really, really long, never give it water ever. Water is actually like, there's a big scam going on with water. Do not listen to the big water companies like Poland Spring, Arrowhead, Elsewhere, Smart Water, whatever, Fiji, whatever the fuck. Fuck that. Go to
Big Water.
Trust Mountain Dew. Yeah, Big Water is out to get you. Trust Mountain Dew Code Red only. Don't do the green. Don't do any other flavor. It's specifically Mountain Dew Code Red. And as for food, you can only rely on Raisinets. Those marshmallow peanuts.
Raisinets and ham and cheese Hot Pockets.
Yeah.
The worst Hot Pocket.
No, because they can't have meat. That's also like a big conspiracy too. It's like you think you're helping your dog by giving it meat.
Big meat.
You think you're helping your dog by giving it meat, but dogs are not supposed to eat meat. Their teeth are actually sharp specifically so it can fit in the holes that are left in leaves by little bugs. They're actually not meat eaters at all. That's what they're for.
Chris, you are killing people's animals.
So listen,
Chris,
what you got to do,
killing people's animals right now.
So you have to. So specifically, Mountain Dew Code Red, Raisinets, marshmallow peanuts, and specifically pine needles. Like they only eat pine needles. So like if you have a pine tree, shave the pine needles off, blend it into like a farina, and then give that to your dog. They will live until they are 59. This is proven. This is proven science. My dog has been in my family for generations. It hasn't moved in a very, very long time, and it's very stiff, and it has a receipt on it. But it's been in my family for generations, and I promise you, you will not be disappointed. Anyway.
I wonder when it's going to happen, when that first dog that's going to be like, oh, this dog has lived for 48 years, pops up. It's like,
it's going to be upsetting. Wasn't there a cat recently? Wasn't there like a 30-year-old cat recently, I feel like? There was like something like that.
Something like that. I'm like, put that thing down, bro.
Yeah, that cat's having a fucking miserable. The cat is like, meowch. No. You know?
Meowch.
That's so dumb.
That was so stupid.
Oldest cat. The world's oldest cat is
31-year-old dog.
31-year-old cat and still has
31-year-old dog.
The oldest cat is 31 as well. So this guy's out of here pretty soon, I guess. That's upsetting.
Get shit out of here, bro.
This cat is as old as I am.
Wait, it's still alive. That dog's still alive.
Cat's still alive too,
man. See, I want
that is fucking
insanely old.
I'm gonna get a tortoise and a parrot.
Old. Put it down. Well, don't put it down now to see how long it's gonna make
tortoise
it.
Tortoise and a
now
parrot.
It's like, let's see how long it'll make it. You know,
yeah,
like don't put it down.
Parrot, and then we can live. We can coexist, and we'll grow up together. No bullshit.
I really love parrots, but they're so fucking loud. You know how good
that'd be for a kid? I feel like that'd be such good for a child if a child grew up with a dog. And I've had my dog my whole life. I feel like that'd be really good for the mental health of a person.
Bro, there's a guy that I went to school with who I think his dog died like a year ago, and he's still mourning. Like some people like it hits them just as hard as humans or even more. And like he's still kind of fucked up over it. And I'm like, this is another reason why I even think about. Honestly, it's more of a dog thing because for some reason, even though I loved my cats that I had, they feel very expendable. Which is, some people would be very offended by saying that, and I understand. But the type of bond that you can have with the dog is just
because the dog needs you.
Amazing.
The nature of a dog in general is just the way it's built.
Yeah. It's just amazing.
They need you more than a cat.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Even other people's dogs.
They need you more than a cat, and in that needing you 100%. You foster a closer relationship.
100%.
Because you have to take it places, you walk it. Like a lot of people's best friends. Like imagine old motherfuckers that live in the woods. Their best friend is their dog.
Yeah.
It's not even a friend. It's like their ally. It's like, hey man, let's go get some wood together, dog. And him and the dog go. They hunt. They eat together. They're like, all right, man, let's head back home. This
feeds back into my argument, by the way. This feeds back into my argument about why zookeepers are so dangerous. That you shot down.
They're not the same. It's not the same.
It's
Chris.
the same thing.
They're
man.
not Beastmaster Rangers.
They are because you have a
Dragon's Dogma. No, they're
Kingston,
not.
you don't understand. If you have a relationship with a crocodile, do you understand how far that will get you? If you could train a crocodile to be like, yo, go to the deli.
Minds are to us. They're lizard minds.
No, but
crocodile eat its own leg by mistake.
No, but
they'll be like, fuck.
You're not hearing me. Like if you could tell your pet crocodile, I don't know, his name is fucking, I don't know, Max Azzarello or whatever.
Crocky.
So you say, go Max, go to the fucking deli and pick me up a fucking slab of boar's head salami. And he goes like, no problem, bro. And then he saunters over to the deli.
Boss.
It's a crocodile. You're not gonna say no to a crocodile. It's crazy. Anyway,
the idea of someone like someone being able to control animals is really scary. Because they can just control bugs, and they be like, "Yo, bugs, fly in this nigga's urethra."
Fly. Yeah. So stupid. Let's get out of here. Let's get out of here.
Yeah, let's get the fuck out of here. Let's get the fuck out of here. Let's get the hell out of here. Thank you guys for listening to this. I don't even know what the fuck this episode was. But
it was supposed to be an extra ammo at first. I mean, it's turned into a regular episode.
It was not supposed to be an extra ammo at first. But it's okay. Sweetie's losing his mind slowly.
Selling my load.
It's definitely not anymore.
That guy fumbled the bag so hard. He should have pandered way harder, and he would have been living like a king.
That's why I respect him.
True.
I respect him because I disrespect him because I'm a little bit jealous of me not grifting and taking that bag and being a millionaire. But at the same time, I feel like, we have a connection in a way that he just couldn't live with himself if he did it. Yeah,
I get it.
So
I'm sure he's thinking that same. I'm sure he's thinking about that same thing too. He's thinking like while he lives destitute and like scrounging for rent. I'm sure he's like, man, I didn't cash in on that trend that I had, but man, I'm sure glad Derek from the Snark Tank podcast really respects me.
Specifically,
at least I have that to hold on to.
Hey, man, shout out to Derek.
Thank you so much.
As he has the fucking cum in his own mouth to eat.
And then
shout out to Derek, man.
and he finds out that I fucking completely disrespected him with that gay parody. He's like, what? You betrayed me. You betrayed me. And then he kills himself because he thought
he's licking the cum off the side of his mouth.
That's
he sets himself on fire outside of a Trump trial. He sets himself on fire outside of a Trump trial, and he says, "I don't like the way that Derek said a mean thing about me in my little song." Wah.
Yeah. Derek was really
Derek
mean.
from Snark Tank, he betrayed my trust, and then he just lighted himself on fire, and that's it.
That's it. He sings one line and then emulsifies.
He self-emulates, bro.
And he's screaming like a fucking banshee. He's like a fucking baboon. He's screaming so loud.
Fucking baboon.
And he's strumming his guitar at like impossible speeds while he's flicking on fire.
The guitar is not on fire at all. The guitar is not on fire.
The guitar's not on fire, but you can hear it like slowly untuning. As the heat warps it. Ding, ding,
That is so fucking funny.
His hand doesn't look like it's moving. It's going so fast.
Yeah, it's going so fast. It's waving the flames away, like in that specific part. And then, like people nearby are like, "Wow, do you hear that? The way he's like changing keys mid strum. That's amazing. Like the artistry on
incredible. That's amazing. He's also dying really fast.
The artistry on display here is second to none. I can't believe. He's gargling on his own like flesh. Oh man. Anyway,
his own flesh
his tongue is melting down his throat.
His eyeballs popped already.
This is so mean. This is such a mean-spirited bit for no reason. We're just burning this guy alive.
Somebody send this to him. Somebody clip this and at Oliver Anthony and be like, "Hey, bro, Snark Tank's a big fan of you."
Don't do that.
Big fans. Snark Tank wants to be. Wants to know if you want to be on the podcast.
Somebody clip this and send it to him. You said that's hilarious.
Oh my god. Let's get the fuck out of here. Thanks for supporting our show, the Snark Tank Podcast, patreon.com/SnarkTank. I don't even. We're gonna read our $25 and up patrons now. Their privilege is that they get to change their name into something that pisses me off, and I read it at the end of the show, no matter what it is. And this is my Sisyphean hill, and here we go. Count me down.
Nice.
3,
sucking my toes.
1.
Evil Method Man be like, we're pixies. I did not know she was 16.
Damn.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Not gonna lie. Fred Flintstone in blackface screams Yabba-Dabba-DooDoo nothing. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
The Home Depot.
That's crazy, dude.
The Home Wilma.
While he's in blackface too, he's
oh
shitting all over himself.
Fred,
no,
why are you in blackface?
He's in black because he shat on himself so much.
No, he's rubbing it in.
He's black because he shat on himself so bad.
Wilma!
Let it stop it, guys. That's so gross. Please, I'm sorry. Stop.
Dino is in the corner, like he's crying. Dino is crying with his head in his hand. His head's in his hands. He's crying. He's in a dimly lit corner.
The fact you said Dino is crazy. I forgot that was the name of the dinosaur.
So did I. I forgot that. Yeah.
I only know this, to be fair, because of that Weird Al Red Hot Chili Peppers song. It's the only reason I've committed it, because I got a doggy named Dino.
Right.
I like the idea. I like the idea of Bam Bam beating Dino's brains out with that fucking stupid ass mallet. He's just slamming his mallet into Dino's head, his brains all over the floor.
Why?
Bam Bam
Bam Bam Bam Bam, slapping Fred in the head with his fucking mallet.
Bam Bam walks into the room from his bedroom, and he sees his dad shitting all over his own face, and he's so covered in shit that he doesn't look like a real person to him. He looks like a demon, and he looks like a monster, a sleep paralysis monster, if you will. And so Bam Bam saunters up. He says, "Bam Bam, Bam 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 Bam," and he won't stop. He won't stop.
Thumps him one time good and kills
Wilma's
him.
like, Bam Bam, please stop. That's your father, please. Well, he's getting beat. It's like that scene.
All the shit, Bam Bam can't get a good hit on him.
Hold on, I gotta stop you. You're fucking the lore up. You're fucking the lore up. Bam Bam is the neighbor's son, and they have Pebbles as their daughter.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Yeah.
Oh, Fred Flintstone is Pebbles.
They fucked
Pebbles,
and they made
that's
Pebbles,
right.
and Pebbles is just soaking in the shit that's all over the floor. And Bam Bam
Isn't
comes
Bam Bam
over.
adopted too? Actually, technically, he's adopted, right?
I think that's
No,
their son.
adopted.
Just,
Well, I mean, they're all adopted.
I think they adopt Bam Bam actually.
No, they don't
What's
adopt. They're
Barney
literally
and-
they're all adopted because the stork brings all of them. Because that's how that works.
Oh, that's right.
I'm pretty sure.
That's right.
I'm pretty sure
yeah.
in that show. I don't think they literally like pop babies out of their fucking caveman, gross, fucking festering yeast riddled
gross
pussies. I
fucking
don't think that
asses.
Yeah, because those babies would be sick. Those would be some sick babies.
So Bam Bam kills Barney and whatever the other chick's name that wears the blue all the time. Betty, is
Betty?
it? I think it's Betty.
Yeah,
I think that's
it's
right.
Betty.
So he kills them, and then he saunters over, and then continue. He saunters over to Fred's house.
Yabba-Dabba-DooDoo all over my face. Yabba-Dabba-DooDoo. And he goes,
Yabba-Dabba-DooDoo so much funnier than it should be. It's way funnier. That's not
so
funny, but it's so
stupid.
fucking funny.
Bam Bam just starts fucking smashing
this whole
his face
scenario
open.
is so fucking
Blood and shit all over the floor.
Yabba-Dabba-DooDoo is the dumbest shit ever, bro.
His legs are really open, by the way, like on this couch. Like if you just saw the silhouette,
Yeah.
you would assume like a fully matured deer is sitting there watching TV.
Yeah,
Like it is crazy.
because you know those they wear those onesies, right? So the onesie is just like right below his neck, like so it came down, but it's not covering his face, so it just stops at the neck. So his body is exposed, like so he can see his fucking torso, his hairy, disgusting, fat stomach, and just shitting all over the place and getting all over his face.
We gotta move on. We gotta get the fuck out of here. Home Depot laborers.
This is the stupidest fucking thing ever, dude.
This fucking episode's called Yabba-Dabba-DooDoo for sure.
The Home Depot day laborers who touched my son. The owner of Derek's foreskin, Miguel O'Hara's transmask pussy, Bioshock Infidick. Nice. Oh, Biocock Infidick. Nice.
Biocock.
Imagine-
Nice.
Imagine Jurgens. Turian pussy. In this life or the next, I siphoned every last drop of piss from Sween's disheveled boy balls just to chug it in front of Lily and make her jealous. I'm fucked in Florida. Say what you want, cunt. Wipe me down because I'm covered in cum. Little boozy. Jack, the world's fastest Maori. That picture of the squirrel with the condom made me sad.
It was actually two condoms.
Gay Pimp be like, hooray, Charlie. They drew Rule 34 of us fucking Charlie. It's all it's on all the gay furry porn sites, Charlie. I love war, Charlie. I love war. There's a lot of smiling friends. Big Meaty stinks. Andy the man whose handies are S tier and dandy, using my cum as syrup at Waffle House. If Derek was tall and light-skinned, he would look like a Goron. I don't even know what that is. Heath Smoker. Yeah, I don't know. Charlie Sheen bending over Tom Sweeney and inserting his peen. Regulators, but it's ejaculators by Warren Gay. Tariq Nasheed's secret gay white lover. Smorman. Homeless trans femme who comes. Drake raped Kendrick in his diss. Also, T-Pab is gay.
That's dumb. That's dumb.
To pimp a butterfly.
Oh, right. I've never seen it abbreviated like that. It's a lowercase abbreviation too. I don't drink water. I only drink pre-workout. Oh my God. Hypothetically, I wrote self-insert homoerotica. My queer spear be gaping men's balloon knots like a child's tongue at a birthday party. One of my lecturers got cocked by the lead singer of the Pixies. Gay OT Genesis be like, I'm in love with the homo. SpongeBob Piss Pants, Mr. Pants, Chris Bitch Nato, and Sween Blackman. How do you all feel about Into the Light and Final Shape? Baller the First Sin, Spum Befudders, legalizing abortion at the cost of criminalizing breast reduction surgeries. Jolly old dipshit, captain of the Starship Enterprise, Lou Jean Pecan. Oh my God. Patrick, hit him with the autistic flow.
Pecan?
With that autistic flow. Man of War, I don't know. Yeah. Man of War taking on a load. When we go down, penis explode. Kinks of Metal by Man of War. May thy load drip and splatter. Cypher Graph. Medium penis haver. Ayo, Philly looking way better than New York right now. I don't know about that. Maybe some point. I don't know, man. You got Kensington right now, man. You got to relax. Until you figure out Kensington, you cannot make a statement like that. Kensington's crazy. That's a Fallout. If you really liked Fallout, go to Kensington. Is all I'll say.
Drive through. Don't go. Drive through Kensington. Don't get up.
There are actually
super ghouls to get you.
There are actual feral ghouls in Kensington, and I'm not making 100%. That up. Like if there are people who will come up to you and they will be like, my name's Jeff. My name's Jeff, and then they're just shaking really violently.
I was Jeff.
Oh man. Hunter Dubois wrote
you up and eat you.
Hunter Dubois wrote in. He says, housing the homeless with dirty brown water. Given top to my fortified penis, fat nerds, blowing hot, monstrously thick bombs, Lashkar. My dick takes four sharp turns, NASCAR. Lily's asparagus, binging piss drinker or dealer, back to tank of piss. So many of these. Caucasian container, the Cracker Barrel for gays, disgruntled, Donald Trump burping on Dom's clit, super Earth is just regular Earth without Israel, Max Silhouette, and the people proud and gay shout, give me dick hooray, she pipkin on my pippa possum, Rosa Milano. Thank you for a fucking normal name. We are rebranding the Snark Tank as the Spank Tank, maybe slightly above average clit energy. It's okay, Hunter, you can say it, we won't tell. Just the hard R, Star Coffee, ripped the digital, what is this? Ripped the digital hookah. Now I'm getting molested on the set of Embryonic Sheldon. Embryonic Sheldon. It's so stupid. That's so fucking stupid. That is stupid. Really fucking. It's so me. It's me, Zygote Sheldon. Yeah. Welcome to my new show, Zygote Sheldon. A picture of Sydney Sweeney and Riley Reid together to break the internet.
They'll do it.
My son froze to death in the wastes of Ohio by going homeless. Huh? You know what's crazy? I feel like Riley Reid is like the Riley Reid and Jenna Jameson are like because Jenna Jameson was like the old porn star. Like when I was young, she was like the older generation's porn star. Yeah, and now I feel like Riley Reid is that, where it's like I don't know if she's even doing anything anymore.
Is she? I haven't heard from her in a long time.
She's not in porn at all anymore.
Yeah,
or not industry porn at least.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm sure she's probably on OnlyFans or something. My son froze to death in the wastes of Ohio by going homeless to pay you fucks. Man, she must be raking in so much money. Now this is his memorial. Rip John. Transfem Gremlin. Exposing people with lactose intolerance to 90 million roentgens of ionizing radiation. Yush. Wormst. Craig the Canadian. My favorite part of the Snark Tank credits. You should start with the show. You should start the show with reading them. No. It's your boy Shawnee D. Fuck no, absolutely not. Friendly neighborhood sex offender. If I won $100 million, I'd pay Hans Zimmer $20 million to write a score all about my fat cock and golden cum. 3XO watching Bryle steal foreskins in broad daylight, only to put them in a jar of formaldehyde. Listen, you guys have Bryle really all wrong. Bryle is a stand-up guy. He's just really hard to get a hold of. He's got a flip phone that never it's been on airplane mode this entire time, and he doesn't know that. He's not aware, so he's really difficult to get a hold of, and he's always looking for signal. He's a well-meaning guy, just really difficult to get a hold of. He's not some degenerate, okay? He looks strange, but it's really unfair of you to make these judgments. The homeless cat that Shane Dawson impregnated.
Bryle is a fuck up. He's a fuck up he doesn't mean to be at all.
He's doing his best. He's got a good heart. Slurping, stroking, smoking, joking. Emoticon's going like this. Drip MH, Lord of Homeless Drip. Beating off, jerking off, jacking off, masturbating, coming, sperming, busting, creaming, jizzing, shooting, rope. Zeus, Damn. Man milk. Obi won't you blow me. Jackson Vernon, Norwegian game dev developing Gangsta Quest. Kremlin to Gremlin. Hey Derek, who sucks the best dick out of the group? I'm gonna steal your bones. Ha! I threw that cum before I came in the room. Many men wish sex upon me. Zoo by Denzel Fury. She blow me away until my Benjamin breaks. That's pretty good. Oh man, you broke my Benjamins with that.
Wow.
Don't like blowjobs, don't like hand jobs, don't like anal. What's next, Chris? Don't like pussy? No, in fact, that's the specialty. Wage Slave 583. A sad guy from Michigan. Me and the boys gagging on Goggins to let him know how we appreciate their stellar work. Also, congrats, Chris, on the role in Fallout. I really feel robbed a little bit, honestly.
He could have been you, man. Actually,
it really. I feel like although I'm not that short, really. Like I think they needed somebody who was like. They needed somebody.
You
who
think
was
he's much shorter than you?
He's 4'11".
You're lying.
No, I'm dead serious. Like, Moises Arias. I swear to God.
Is he really that?
Moises.
Is he really that short?
Let me see. I mean, hold on.
Minion.
Oh, he's 5'1". He's
like
5'1". He's 1.
Yeah,
he's 5'1".
Yeah, he's still pretty tiny.
That's still pretty like fucking.
Dang,
that's
so
a lot.
You're just too tall to be a small person in film media. I think.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate, dude.
Nah, you gotta put your hat in the ring, man. You get sign up for Central Casting. You probably get a bunch of roles, man.
I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna fucking. Absolutely not. It's
Why
insane.
Not? Why not?
They would Google me and immediately kill me. I think it'd be like, oh, who's this guy? He's on this podcast where they won't stop saying the N-word on every episode. It's like cool, great.
Fred Flintstone shitting on.
Would you be in a Tyler Perry movie if they casted you?
I think so, just for the story.
Every movie.
I think for the story, I would absolutely do that. I would be on a
you'd be the light skinned love interest after the girl loses her husband. Her dark skinned husband would die, and then Chris would be the light skinned love interest.
Yeah. There you go.
Just found my calling finally.
Let's look at your Wikipedia.
Oh God, we should dedicate an episode. We should dedicate an episode to that where we go through our wikis and see like what's in there.
Ugh.
I don't think I have one.
I don't think I have one. I hope not.
We definitely have rational wikis, which is like more of a YouTube thing or
There's probably something smaller, but like I probably don't. Wikitubia, Rational Wiki. Yeah, there's okay. So yeah, you don't have a. Oh wait, no. Oh no. It says Ray Gun Revival. It's not okay. I would think you would have a regular one, but yeah.
No.
It's not
there. Yeah, I think I did. Why is when you Google my name, the first thing that comes up is this fucking ridiculous photo of me looking down at the camera from above where I look disabled. What the hell? Oh my God.
Why is look at so if I go to the images, and it says Chris, so I'm Chris Ray Gun Wikipedia, and then I click on images, and on the second row it's me on Dave Rubin's show.
Oh, really?
Like there's a picture. Like, why am I here? So it's not even if you just type in Chris like on Google, Chris Ray Gun Wikipedia, and then I just went to images, and like there's no. It's like it should be able to decide. Like I shouldn't be there because there's enough. It does say it is under Chris Ray Gun Wikitubia. Jesus Christ, I can't speak right now. But I don't like that. It's a retarded picture of me too. Like at Dave Rubin's thing, right? Look, I'm like going like I look like I'm going like this.
Yeah, you look like a slack jawed.
I hate it.
I'll
never fucking Google my I can't. look at myself.
I haven't Googled myself in so long. Actually, like this is like the first. Like this feels weird to do actually because I haven't done it in ages.
There's a picture of your feet on here.
Oh, is there wiki feet? There's a wiki feet thing.
Yep, picture of your feet.
Yeah, I do have a wiki. I know I have a wiki feet. I know that for sure.
Is that what it's called? I might be saying it wrong.
You're nearly 5 stars.
Oh, so it must be that website because I know they rate.
Wiki feet. There it is. Yep.
Nearly 5 stars. Good job, bud.
That's fucking hilarious.
That's some good tootsies on you, bud.
I'm alright with that. That's fine.
Yeah, I'm indifferent to feet.
We were reading.
I don't give a shit. Yeah, it's like.
Where were we at? Wage 583, a sad guy from Michigan. Me and the boys gagging on Gog. Okay, I read that already. The Papini brothers present Master Roshi Flow. Call my dick the Turtle Hermit because it only gets bigger when it's shooting Kamehameha. Donk Donkerson. Hey, Kingston, pause. No, this is literally the name. See? Installing a faulty neural link in Chris's head that plays Thunder on repeat. You got to pay the troll souls to get in the boys' hole. Gate 6 is afraid of Gate 7 because 7 gaped 9. Nice. Gay version. Gay version of gay be like gay, more like gaying on dicks. Am I right? That's so fucking brain that I love it. Drazapath for Nick. Using a turkey baser because I hate gay sex. Help. Fuck. The dumbest lesbian. They're coming. Lots and lots of dick and balls. I went homeless paying Ian Miles trying to swat the Chumba Casino guy, John Strickland. Chronic herpes by Cum 40. What goes up must come down. Yet my dick's hard on the ground. See my boys getting stuffed and drowned. A huge orgy. Mercs 1889. Get all my weed from Egypt. That kush got me tootin' and common.
Tootin' and common.
Oh, it's so fucking dumb. I appreciate that though. That's like vaguely that's like dumb in a vaguely intelligent way.
Yeah.
The First Church of Keith David presents Weekend at Sweeney's, the podcast. The Second Church of Keith David featuring Being Better Than the First Church of Keith David. Pre-Roz, Blake 896. I damn near choked to death laughing hearing Sween say he thought the Klansman Power Rangers he thought the Klansman Power Rangers characters in episode 222. That's it. Yeah. Not a complete thought, but all right. Chris, trying to read
wasn't worded correctly.
Yeah, I think I understand what he's trying to say. Jeffrey Epstein was killed.
They look like
Jeffrey Epstein was killed by the kids from Codename Kids Next Door. Alaskan oil field trash.
Put him down.
That'd be crazy.
That'd be a good animation. That'd be a good animated.
He would be a good villain for that show, I think. Alaskan oil field trash.
Yeah, he'd be the ultimate villain.
Last name Bleach, first name Drink. Like a failed abortion, should have drowned in the sink. Sue Hulk, tickle my ass hairs. Nikki Ziggy, I want to test Chris's dyslexia. Ginger. Love how Sweeney fell for it immediately. Wicket 909, sorry Miss Jackson, badly brave. Hugger Derek. Duck Cunt, the vegan necromancer, I got consent, Aetherian, Bergerian Punter, Melphus one, the rehabilitated back on the saddle with 2 functioning hands, and as always, rounding out our list of top tier $25 and up patrons is our God, the King of Haphazard. Thank you all for supporting our. Okay, thank you guys for supporting.
I quit.
In fact, yeah, I think. All right, it's Kingston's show now. See ya.